Sad for you.
Wow. Now, I've been to Yankee Stadium. That doesn't matter. New and old, but that would have been an incredible moment.
It's so weird, though, because we covered that back here, obviously. Not once. That's how stupid I am. Not once did I put together that you were in New York. I knew you were in New York, and I knew that was in New York. I knew the whole thing. I did not even put it together that, Jason, you could have been. So you could have gone over there. Well, let me ask you this. Did you even take a peek at ticket prices?
I did not, and I wasn't getting. Sometimes it's easier, like if you and I, and you're like, oh, I'll go with you. It's like, all right, it probably would have been a solo mission, which I'm not. That doesn't bother me.
Who cares?
But it was, I don't have tickets, and actually, the only other time I went to New Yankee Stadium, I didn't have a ticket either, and apparently it was a makeup rainout game. And so I went over. I couldn't even get a ticket. I finally kind of talked my way into the game, but it was like the 8th inning when I got there.
Wow.
And ended up sitting like behind home plate. It was great.
Really?
Yeah, it was a long, long story. But I was thinking, man, the same thing. And I remember that day, and that was the first season of New Yankee Stadium. There was no ins and outs. So like if you were leaving and you've got a ticket stub because the Yankees were down, 4 runs going into that last inning, you might have been leaving and going, whatever. I go, I'll buy your ticket for anything, $20 just to have the ticket stub because you're leaving. What do you care?
Right.
And then they were saying there was no in. I couldn't. They wouldn't know it was your ticket. I couldn't go in and out like that. So I'm like, dang,
you can go in and out now though?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. So and like the ticket office was closed at that time. Like there was nobody. I literally want to get into the game. I'm willing to pay. Yeah. I just couldn't get in back then. So I didn't know if I would be in that similar situation. I was thinking back to that and I go, well, this is why I'm here. So anyway, I had a good time. But afterwards I see, all the news flashes and sports centers and Twitter tweets. And I'm like, man, would have been something, but not a super bad regret.
Is it 9 a.m. right now for you?
Yeah, I'm good. I try to jump right to that time. And then, but the problem was it was late flight last night. Got in really late. So it's that part.
Yeah.
I think I got home at a little after 12.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well, we're both on a little bit of sleep then. So,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
you were up late?
I've been up late most of the week. Yeah. So let's see. I tweeted when I almost tweeted when I got home, or I almost tweeted. I tweeted when I had almost gotten home. It was, let's see.
You went to that concert the other day, didn't you?
I did. It was 2:30 in the morning.
Last night?
Yes.
Woo!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to that Roger Waters concert. We talked about it yesterday. You weren't here. We talked about it. It was loud.
Yeah.
It was too loud. It was like literally too loud. We stayed for half of it and then left because it was too loud. It was, I think it's because he can't hear. And
now you can't.
Now I can't hear. And I completely, I get it. There, the YouTube chat is open. And today's conversation looks like
it's going to be
starting off with Sting versus the Police. Not that they're battling each other. It's his former band. And which one is better? Joey Tribbiani. Who is that? That name sounds familiar. Somebody is putting that in the Mount Joey Moores.
Oh, okay.
What else do I have for you? Made spaghetti and meatballs last night. That's always fun. Second time in less than a week I've made spaghetti and meatballs for a large group of people.
Okay.
Like 10 or more. It's one of those meals where it will feed everybody.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of eat. You can make meatball subs the next day and all that. Big fan. Breadcrumbs and the eggs are the that's
the key. Holds the meat together.
You got to do that. And let the sauce it out. Don't go ragu on us.
Yeah.
Don't go Prego. And then you can use the sauce for spaghetti sauce makes for wonderful pizzas too.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does.
Absolutely.
Especially it's a meat sauce.
Yeah.
You ever have a tortilla pizza?
Well, you count Taco Bell Mexican pizza.
No,
I've not officially.
Make pizza just like a normal pizza. Put it in the oven, 350, and it is the thinnest crunch. It's like almost like a tortilla chip crust.
Yeah, extra thin crust.
Extra thin crust. So did that. Saw the last half of a movie called A River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've missed that movie, but I have, and you guys can all save it if you say, how could you have missed that movie? I agree with you. So I have to go back and watch that now this weekend because I saw the second half. And spoiler alert, towards the end, it's like I didn't ask questions of the police sergeant when he woke me up early on a Saturday morning as I came home and told my parents that My brother Paul had been beaten with the butt of a gun to death and dumped in an alley. Jeez.
Now I got to see it.
Yeah. Brad Pitt went through this stretch where I think it's because he was trying to be a serious actor. Every movie he was in was incredibly depressing.
Yeah.
That, Legends of the Fall. Oh my God. I mean, good movies.
Right.
All these are great movies. 7, it ends with the head in the box.
What's in the box?
What is in the box? Spoiler alert. We know what's in the box.
We find out.
12 Monkeys with Bruce Willis.
I don't.
He just keeps repeating the same.
I can't remember if I've seen that movie.
Don't see it.
I don't think I have.
Even Thelma and Louise technically. He was in that, right?
You gotta wait. Yeah, you gotta wait till like Ocean's 11.
Right. That was great.
Does it pick me up?
And I started thinking about more and more. I'm like, that can't be a coincidence. Was he trying to be in really depressing movies because it made him seem like more serious of an actor? Like some movies, I guess it's not necessarily depressing, but they drive off the cliff at the end. Spoiler alert. True Romance, that wasn't depressing. I mean, it was kind of depressing,
right? But
in the end, just the eye patch.
Yeah,
I don't know. There you go. So that's my thoughts on Brad Pitt.
Nice.
I'm so delirious this morning.
That's going to make for a good show.
It is. Yeah. If you're delirious, I'm delirious. We got Kings Media Day Monday.
Yes. It'll make us all delirious.
They'll make us all delirious.
I did get fired up though for the NBA, just being around the NBA people and the league stuff, and just it's here.
Any inside info? Anything new things coming?
There was a lot more talk. Well, it was interesting. The commissioner was there, so he does his little state of the. And of course, it was, and I know it'd be a show topic. A lot of conversation on Robert Sarver, and he poked. He's like, "Yeah, I didn't do so well last week, did I?"
Oh,
and it was like, "Oh, good for
good for him."
And then he tried to explain himself at least better, and I think I understood a little more, but it wasn't crystal clear. And now things are starting to crystallize anyway a little bit for him. Just talk about improvement. The referee part is always the best. Some new points of emphasis, and they gave a little sneak peek about stuff we've talked about before, like how are they going to make this work? But there's still a lot of talk about the in-season tournament next year, or the season after. So just a lot of little things like that, and it was really productive.
At some point during the show, I would love for you to share with us a new point of emphasis.
A new point of emphasis.
Something doesn't have to be in basketball. It could be in your life. It's just whatever it may be.
Don't run with scissors.
Yes, do not run with scissors. Do not drink yellow snow, and do not turn the channel because Robert Sarver's selling, not once but twice. This is how we're going to refer to this today. A former King is going to be suspended. It looks like.
That's a good tease.
Yeah. And week 3 in the NFL starts tonight. Leading off is next.
Get your 49ers fix every week with the Return of the Empire podcast, featuring Jay Mars and 49ers insider Emil Fergoso.
Let's go Niners!
At SactownSports.com, your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friend Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Shelby, Peter, the whole team over there at RefinanceWithShelby.com, making it happen. Listen, local lenders. Local lender, a reputation to uphold. With other banks, you're just a number. Why would you possibly want to purchase or refinance from someplace in Southern California or Florida or Texas or Ohio? Why don't you try purchasing or refinancing with local folks that live amongst us, that worry about word of mouth, that know the title companies, that know the appraisers, and if you're trying to purchase, that know the realtors? So when realtors are looking at multiple offers, they say, you know what? I've worked with Shelby before a bunch of times, and I know if you got a pre-approval from him, your deal is going through. They can close a purchase loan in 17 days. That's speed on your side with a local lender. You can compete with cash offers. RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRE number 0186434.
Let's do it.
It's time for Leading Off.
Brought to you by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, where for over 60 years, their name means a great deal in Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com. Here's cut number 1.
All right, hold on, Jay. Don't say anything. We did this yesterday. Apparently now this is happening every day, which I don't understand, but we'll get into that later. PC up, right? Let's see if
Fire away.
If it works.
Certainly the reaction and the fact that Robert Sarver knows now that he would be a pariah if he tried to remain in the NBA remained in ownership. That certainly played a factor in this. But I think a bigger factor is financial. And I think for Robert Sarver, who at his core is a banker and is somebody who looks at the realities financially of owning the Suns, and that every day he remains as the majority owner of that team, it devalues that franchise. You saw sponsors already starting to pledge that they were going to walk away from agreements once they expired, as long as Sarver was in place.
Follow the money.
Always.
Follow the cash. You're a racist, and now you're getting $3 billion to go away. That's actually the song they sang about it. It's fine. Look, we talked about this when Adam, I actually thought Adam Silver, and again, maybe this is a little tinfoil of me, but we talked about this. I thought he did the best he could in a horrific, terrible situation. And again, I think he knew what he was doing, and that's what he was doing. He brought it up to the edge of the cliff as far as he could go. He probably suspected that if he were to come out and say he's gone, then it would be very difficult to show. He didn't give it a chance to develop.
Yeah.
And the for lack of a better term, the baby began to evolve in the tummy there. The sponsors, the minority owners, and the writing was on the wall because Sarver probably got a phone. I do not for one second believe Robert Sarver woke up yesterday and sipped his coffee and overlooking the Arizonan sunrise, went, maybe it's time to move on. And then, a hawk went, Kia! Whatever they do. I don't think that's what happened. I think he got a call and was like, listen, dude, we can make this crazy. There's going to be legal fees. Your valuation's going to go. It's going to cost a lot of money, and you're going to get dragged through the mud. It'll be on TV, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or you can just quietly walk away, make a statement, maybe win some points, and you're going to make a lot of money. Yeah,
and I think that's it. I don't know who he trusts, who I'm talking about Sarver, but that point that Woj just said there, I mean, in the end, he's a banker. And so much like we say, hey, Vivek bought the Kings for this, and now it's worth this. Well, it's not worth that unless you sell.
Right.
So when people look at how much money Robert Sarver is now going to have, well, he has to sell it.
Yeah.
And now there's a reason to, and the public pressure, all the things he's going to feel if he was stubborn and locked in his heels and said, I'll sit a year. That's fine. I'll take this punishment.
Sure.
You can say whatever you want about me. Well, instead, it's like, all right, I do have a lot of money. I'm going to have a lot more money. Yeah, I got some more than egg on my face. My reputation's been tarnished, but I'll be okay. Is probably what he's thinking.
Also, and we'll get to this later, his extremely wienery statement he put out too. Have you seen the statement?
I don't know that I have. Just recently here?
Yesterday.
No, I did not see that.
Oh, it's a hoot. By the way, my favorite pariah is?
Oh.
Pariah Carey.
Mine's Pariah Faber.
Ooh, cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
The Celtics head coach facing disciplinary action, which could include a significant suspension that could be up to a year for his role in a consensual, intimate relation with a woman who is a member of the Boston Celtics staff. His job is not in jeopardy, but according to Adrian Wojnarowski, ESPN senior NBA insider, he is going to face some time away from the Boston Celtics.
All right, Ime Udoka, former Sacramento King, also a coach in the NBA.
Yeah,
somewhere.
So
this is, I found myself reflecting, Jason, last night on this. Sports media used to be, hey, the box score and the play and the rebound. And now it's, well, Tom Brady or Giselle, really,
right.
Whose side are you on? This guy's a racist. Should he be fired? And the other things he said. And now, it's Ime Udoka is married to Nia Long, and now he cheated with the girl. And should he be, who was it? And is it can you legislate, these are all things, let's just be clear, we're not equipped to talk about.
Right.
This is not balls and strikes or free throws. This is a grown man in a consensual relationship that it sounds like broke the rules of his employer. It's like it's an HR thing. It's not a
talk
sports,
radio.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about it because it will have sports ramifications.
Yeah. On a team that it doesn't even matter, but they are one of the favorites, if not the favorite, to win it all. could not have their coach for either forever, this coach, or doesn't sound like that, but for an extended period of time. So then it does impact sports.
There's two truths I've generally learned over the years, whether it's in this business or whatever. Number one, generally guys are as faithful as their options.
Mm-hmm.
You find the more the option meter goes up, the less the faithfulity. Not a word, but you get it. I hope it happens. And here's the other thing. All these teams have illegal is not the wrong word, but they've all got relationships that shouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
There's dancers and players
Sure.
and players and executives and coaches. And it happens. It's just, do you get caught? Do you get caught? And now I can't I'm not going to sit here, nor I'm sure would you, and want to decipher whether the Boston Celtics relations department is right or wrong in what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's an employer and they have a rule. And
right.
And it's a legal rule. They're not breaking any laws. It happens with many employers.
Yeah.
And now you have one of the better up and coming coaches who will likely be gone, if not for the entire year, half the year. And oh, by the way, he lost his lead assistant to the Utah Jazz.
Right.
So,
and I think the HR element of it for any company out there, it's really if one is considered in a position of power that has impacted that relationship. Now, this has been said as consensual, but sometimes people, it was consensual. Well, was it? So I think there's been some investigating into that, and that's awkward too.
Well, it's like in 2007 when you and I were dating, but we were both, doing updates at the time. There was no.
Wow, you don't even remember 05.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I thought it's 21st of September, right? Yes, that's.
Do you remember?
I do remember. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Schwartz wide to the right from the Jet 12. Brissett takes the snap, gives it to Chubb, takes it left, takes it outside, got the corner. 10, 5, cut back, touchdown! He's got a hat trick! Take off your hat and throw it out there for Nick Chubb!
Nick Chubb, who we played yesterday, apologized for scoring.
Shame on him.
Which, by the way, is going to be a theme to this show. They're doing the football tonight. Week 3 begins in the NFL. Steelers, Browns, inside of the room. The Browns favored by 4.5 in this one.
Okay.
They lost at home to the Jets, and
an awful loss.
An awful loss. So they're going to be angry and ready to go. Both teams 1-1. That is tonight at 5:15, and get ready for Angry Boomer Evening because it's on Amazon Prime.
How do I get it?
I can't find it. I don't know. I think my dad found it because
I thought you said he did. Yeah,
he did. Yeah. That's right.
It's just like we said before, the changing it. Hey, I want to check in on something else. Hey, Aaron Judge is up. I want to see if he hits number 60.
Right,
it's bouncing back and forth. It's been the issue.
Like getting to our sports highlights.
It's just a couple clicks away.
You know what? Actually, I know that's right. I forgot. It's not just that my dad found it. He found it because he knows Amazon. Mm-hmm. And the reason he knows Amazon so well is because I think I told you he's got the Korean romance shows that he's got an addiction to that.
No,
my dad is addicted to Korean romance movies and shows. I don't know how it happened, the subtitles and everything. And I guess Amazon, he ran out of Netflix and now he's on Amazon.
He's hooked. Interesting. Would not have picked that one.
How many Kings are in the ESPN Top 100? We'll tell you. We're some old friends. We'll tell you that too coming up next.
Live and past broadcasts of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Romy.
Interviews, podcasts, and more.
They all live on the Sactown Sports 1140 app. Download the app now in the App Store and Google Play.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center, and it's going to be a sunny and warm day today. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a forecast high in Sacramento of 85 degrees. We'll also have a light north wind anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
New Kia inventory has been arriving at Folsom Lake Kia. Check out the deals on all the new Kia models. You can even buy with zero down with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your family-owned Kia dealership for over 20 years.
What up, world? This is your boy, Kevin Huerter, a.k.a. the comedic rock star. And guess what? I'm coming to a city near you with my new tour, Reality Check. And we are adding shows, doing it big. Brand new hour material, Big laughs, big energy. Make sure you're in the building. Don't miss your chance to get your tickets.
Don't miss Kevin Hart Reality Check Tour at Golden One Center on December 11th. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m.
Go to KevinHartNation.com now.
The calendar might tell you it's fall, but at Premier Pools and Spas, summers are endless. The huge Endless Summer Sale event at Premier Pools and Spas is back. This weekend only save thousands on your new pool. Join the party this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Rancho Cordova showroom and enjoy catered tacos, a bounce house, face painting, and gifts for the kids. Get next year's pool at this year's price, plus extra savings. If you're like us and too excited to wait till the weekend, call Premier Pools to schedule your free design appointment today.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. What's going on, Chad, for Ram Power Days?
Not only do we have Northern California's best selection of heavy-duty Ram trucks, right now save up to $2,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 2500s. Plus, with 0% financing available, that means you can save thousands more avoiding finance charges.
Okay, well, that's all fine and dandy, but do you have any trucks to pick from?
We aren't the #1 heavy-duty Ram truck dealer in California for nothing. We have over 250 heavy-duty trucks available. That's the largest selection of HD inventory in Northern California. Plus, if we don't have your perfect truck available, you can custom order it. Not to mention, Hoblet's true price means the price you see is the price you pay. There are no hidden fees or add-ons when you get here.
All right, if you're looking for a new truck, Hoblet Dodge needs to be your first stop. See Hoblet Dodge's true pricing by stopping by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center in Woodland for a test drive or see their full selection at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
3,000 total net savings on new 2022 Ram 2500 trades after $750 factory rebates and $1,250 dealer discounts. Rebates include $750 conquest bonus cash. Must own or be leasing non-Stellantis group vehicle qualify. Special 0% APR for 36 months on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. $2,778 per thousand borrowed. 10% net savings. See dealer for details.
Ian Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. From Cleveland, we have an AFC North matchup. The Browns hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both coming off narrow losses last week after starting the season with victories. Which team will get their season back on track with a division win? Join Jason McCourty and me to find out on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
So you're at the game and that hot dog and soda come back to haunt you with heartburn. You try to get it under control with a few antacids until bedtime, and then the heartburn comes back. Does this happen to you? Instead of fighting your heartburn, block it with Prilosec OTC so you can celebrate your team's victory without heartburn distracting you. Taking one Prilosec OTC pill in the morning can prevent excess acid production for 24 hours. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. Prilosec OTC, used as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
The new era of Thursday Night Football is here, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, one of the NFL's oldest rivalries is reborn when the Pittsburgh Steelers take on Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars, live from Cleveland. Not an Amazon Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Steel City and the Dog Pound, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/watchtnf for details.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka is facing a significant suspension for his role in a consensual, intimate relationship with a woman who is a member of the franchise's staff. The relationship was considered a violation of the organization's guidelines, and internal discussions have included scenarios that would keep Udoka out for the entirety of the 2022-23 season, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Robert Sarver announced yesterday that he has begun the process to sell both the NBA's Phoenix Suns and WNBA's Phoenix Mercury franchises. Sarver was suspended 1 year and fined $10 million last week after an NBA investigation found that he used the N-word at least 5 times, quote, when recounting the statements of others. Sarver was also involved in instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Both Bay Area baseball teams found success on the field last night as the Giants beat the Rockies 6-1 behind 5 1/3 shutout innings from Rockland's Logan Webb, and the A's beat the Mariners for the second straight evening.
And now the 3-2 delivery is swung on and missed. Once again, Acevedo does the job. And tonight, the final score is A's 2 and the Mariners 1.
The A's will go for the sweep this afternoon in Oakland. Coverage begins at 11:37 on Sactown Sports. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
When it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140.
Breaking news.
Sean Sharania reporting the Utah Jazz and Detroit Pistons are in serious talks on a trade sending Bojan Bogdanovic to Detroit for Kelly Olynyk and additional salary. Bojan Bogdanovic to Detroit. Not done, but if it's this far, rarely does it not go through if it's being reported at that level. That's incredibly, well, not incredibly interesting, but listen, I don't want to get too silly here. Detroit's got themselves a young squad here.
Yeah, getting there.
Kate Cunningham's number 1 pick. Jaden Ivey, the would-be king. Sadiq Bey is a good player.
Yeah.
Obviously Marvin Bagley is, well, we don't need to get into that. I don't want that to be the whole show. If you add in Bojan Bogdanovic, who's just going to be one of those serviceable veterans that means a lot to a young team like that, I'm not, and of course, by the way, how could I possibly forget about Magruder? I'm not trying to say Detroit's a world beater. I'm saying I kind of like the direction they're going with this team.
I do too, and I think you asked about the broadcast meetings. One of the other themes that like collectively everybody was saying is how they think the NBA as a competition is in a really good place. So if we just took the top 9 in the East, this is the East last year: Miami, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Toronto, Chicago, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Cleveland. That's all very good. Now, Toronto seems to me of the 9 to have the least overall talent, but they still ended up being a 5 seed.
Cleveland adds Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. And Detroit is better, I think. But how do they navigate those waters of those 9 teams? Charlotte was the play-in team. New York made it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think Indiana's going through some things. Washington, Orlando. The East is very competitive, and they felt the same way about the West.
And yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You've got so many competitive teams, and really you have like 8 not competitive teams, if that. When you look at what a team like Detroit is doing, let's not forget what the Clippers have done, what the Pelicans have done, the Timberwolves have done. The Clippers are going to get better, but they're not a rebuilding team, but better, you would assume, with Kawhi Leonard back. It does, I think, put a little bit more pressure, Memphis, on Monty McNair, because the idea here is that the Kings are going in the right direction. As we get into the season, it's become very clear that this is, we talked a lot about a make or break year for De'Aaron Fox. I think this is also a make or break year for Monty McNair. I almost know, Jason, as soon as we start talking about this seriously, the Kings will announce an extension.
Yeah.
But until then, there's no other way to look at it. Monty McNair's on the Monty McNair. Hey, Jay, I'm sorry. I know you're busy. Or is Jay gone? Yeah, Jay's gone. I was going to ask for the breaking news bed because I'm ready to say it. Monty McNair's on the hot seat. I think he's officially on the hot seat.
Because of where his contract falls.
Because of where his contract falls. It is a lame duck year for him. That is a clear, you know how they have votes of confidence?
Mm-hmm.
That is a vote of not confidence.
Yeah.
It's a vote
at the moment. Sure.
It's not a vote of we think you're a failure. And it's not obviously a vote of confidence. It's a vote of we're not confident. We don't know. We are undecided on you. And that can only mean one thing. Obviously, they want to wait and see how some or all of this year goes before they decide to extend Monty McNair. So correct me if I'm wrong. How could, at this point, how could we possibly think anything else other than Monty McNair's job is reliant on the Kings having a much better year this year?
Correct. And I don't even know how to most obvious statement is make the playoffs, right? Wouldn't that be the most?
Yes.
Because it would be hard to paint a picture of Davis' team being better.
Yes.
That doesn't make it. And they go, yeah, we're cool with that. Like, I just don't know that that's officially a thing.
I don't either, but we got breaking news right now, sort of.
When it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140.
Breaking news.
All right, that was quick. Both Adrian Wojnarowski and Sean Shirani reporting that the trade is now, all but official. They have to clear it with the league, but there is an agreement. The Pistons are sending Kelly Olynyk and Saban Lee. To the Jazz for Bojan Bogdanovic. So there you go. Both Woj and Shams reporting it. Therefore, it's true. Also, Jay, while you were out of the room, we had breaking news as well. We just didn't have the bed. Jason agrees. Curious if you disagree. I am ready to officially put Monty McNair on the hot seat. Monty McNair officially on the hot seat as of September 22nd, 2022. Lame duck contract. No other explanation other than the Kings are undecided. I mean, again, I know I'm being I'm half being silly here, but true or false? If the headline were to read, or if Woj or whoever were to report it, say Kings are undecided as to whether or not they want to retain Monty McNair.
I don't even think that's hot seat at that point. I think that's basically like he's gone.
No, wait, you think he's gone?
At this point, it seems like it.
See, I think what's going on.
You think they're waiting on the results?
I think what they're doing is it's too early. I think what they're doing is they're doing the same crap they always do, which is being.
So they're waiting on the results, right? Which is.
Can you think of a last time
super smart?
You know, the last time they did something like that? I know.
I can think of a few times.
I know. It was Vlade at the end of the Jaeger year.
Well,
and they promptly extended him.
They
fired him a year later.
Here's the other side of that, right? You're waiting on the results. Let's say the results are really good. Monty McNair's a free agent. What if somebody else wants to take a shot at him?
Yeah. Why would you think that way? Again.
Wouldn't that be the most Kings thing of all time?
Yes.
Is they finally get in the playoffs and the GM goes elsewhere because they didn't want to extend him?
He just leaves.
Yeah, what if Monty has been offered an extension and said, no, hang on. I'll wait.
Okay, I got to be honest. I
feel like that would have leaked.
I think so, too.
It would have. But there's seriously, there's a part of me that's rooting for that. And not as a Kings fan, just as a let it burn. Like, how great would that be? Just to teach a lesson. You know what? You could have extended the guy. He makes maybe $1 million a year. This is not one of your higher paid GMs. He maybe makes $1 million a year, which is a lot of money to us, but that's like pennies in the NBA.
You know, we always wonder what could possibly go wrong with this team that we haven't seen already. That would be a new one. Yeah. You don't extend the GM. He has a great season, and someone else, looking for a new front office executive swoops on him with a great deal and a better team, better core, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, we like the job you did in Sacramento.
Boy, I got the Sacramento Kings to the playoffs for the first time in 16 seasons is a really good thing to put on your resume. I'm just saying.
You're literally talking about a guy, and this is before Keegan Murray plays an NBA minute, that has the best draft record, which isn't saying a ton since Jeff Petrie, but still. And by the way, percentage-wise, is a better draft record than Jeff Petrie.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be honest, small sample size. Has controlled this and pared down this front office, has brought stability somewhat to the team, has acquired a 2-time All-Star. And I'm glad our guy Campeo Silva said this because and I'm just going to pick on him because I love him. It's dead wrong. Monty's not on the hot seat at Sacramento. Not many want the job. And that's a narrative that just needs to go away. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I understand the logic behind it.
It's one of 30.
It's one of 30. There's, I don't know, probably about 100 people that are somewhat qualified and 30 that are immensely qualified that would take this job in a heartbeat, including but not limited to Wes Wilcox, who's already in the front office, Joe Dumars, who tried to formulate multiple coups to get the job, and on and on and on. Sachin Gupta, before there, one phone call and you're going to have about 50 resumes the next day. You really are. And I don't have the energy for another GM switch. I really, truly don't. Maybe that's because I need to call my good friends at American Energy. I need energy from somewhere. Not much time left in September, and as we say goodbye to summer and hello to fall, thank God, I've got a $2,500 off situation for new HVAC installations. Yeah, that's right. Now's the time to replace your system. Get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation with 0% financing. Payment plan options available. There's just no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Offer expires this month. Yeah, at the end of the month. So don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990, or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. If you're looking to replace your HVAC system, now's the time to contact American Energy. Don't settle with a high quote from those other guys. Come on. Get a free quote on your system from your second opinion partner. American Energy, 916. That's the area code because they're Sacramento, owned and operated since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. That is AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Now, we're going to have to get to that Kings list at some point. I'll let Jay shuffle that around since we got on Monty McNair talk. When we get back, we'll get to that, and then we'll tell you that Jimmy G was thought to go to this team in the offseason. If we have time, we'll tell you who next.
Kings insiders Frankie Cardoselli and Chris Watkins give you all things Kings on the return of the Roar podcast.
You know, with these two sitting next to me now, certainly feel comforted.
You can sign up for free at SactownSports.com.
Get ready for a new season of Sacramento Kings basketball.
Two-hand jam has me on my feet.
The season tips off at Golden One Center on October 19th when the Kings take on the Portland Trail Blazers. Join the loudest fans in the NBA.
This is one of those magical moments.
Get your tickets to cheer on Fox, Sabonis, rookie Keegan Murray, and the new-look Kings at a game this season.
Murray, yes!
Tickets are on sale now at kings.com/tickets. Secure your seat for the action today.
Safe is such a great word. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Safe Credit Union. Safe just makes me feel secure with a sense of comfort. And in these turbulent times, finding anything that makes you feel protected is good for the soul. Being a member of Safe keeps your money local, gives you access to lower rates and higher dividends, while also giving you a sense of comfort that comes from knowing that your money is, well, safe. Safe Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
Hey, kids, it's Carmichael Dave talking to you about Capital Casino. Summertime heat is here, and Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite all of you to soak up some air conditioning, hang out, have some food, have a beverage. Always the most variety of table games in the region. Always the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One, reminding you to join us for Thursday Night Football coming up from Cleveland. It's an AFC North matchup with Jacoby Brissett and the Browns playing host to Mitchell Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ian Eagle and Jason McCourty will have the call on air or on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. Don't miss any of the action on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghhelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
You know they've been in here for a combined 50 years. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, got a little carried away there talking about money fair and all that. I'll take the L on that because we want to get you the ESPN Top 100 list. Now, here's how I look at these lists, Jason. There are 5 starters in the NBA.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your starting 5, 30 teams. So that's 150 starters in the NBA. So, generally, you want to have 5 of your guys in the top 150. That means you have
a good team.
Right. Well, almost. The Kings have their highest ranked player, number 47, is Domantas Sabonis. I actually think might be a little low for him. That's the one I kind of take an exception to. Number 54, De'Aaron Fox. And again, we talked a lot about this yesterday. This is just kind of I think that 54 is probably right around right. I don't have a qualm with it per se, but I think there has been a lot of national and local some would call it disrespect, and I think it borders on that in some cases when you look at some lists, but also legit questions about De'Aaron Fox. I want to see him shot out of a cannon. Did that sound right? I want him to start the season like he's shot out of a cannon.
Right.
I don't want to see him shot out of a cannon. I just like how last year he started slow. I want to see him just explode out and just shut everybody up.
When he was at his peak last year, you want to see him playing like that from day one.
From day one, absolutely. I want to see a couple of De'Aaron Fox players of the week type of thing.
Sure.
That would be wonderful. Number 74, Steady Eddie, Harrison Barnes.
Yep.
Just Harrison Barnes, to the point where I almost think he should go by Harry. Harry sounds like Steady Eddie.
Harry Barnes.
Harry Barnes.
Harry Barnes.
Shows up with his lunch pail and does his thing and checks in, checks out, and does the deal. Harrison Barnes, number 74. And then the rookie, number 95. So already in the top 100. Yeah, that is a lot of respect. Keegan Murray at number 95. A lot of high hopes. Former Kings? Okay, you ask. Number 100, Bogdan Bogdanović. Number 96, Seth Curry. Number 90, Buddy Hield. And number 59, Tyrese Halliburton.
Interesting.
According to ESPN, Tyrese Halliburton's still not as good as De'Aaron Fox. That's what I took from that.
So the Kings got a better player in Sabonis than Halliburton, according to them.
According to that, I mean, listen, Sabonis is number 47, Tyrese Halliburton is number 59. Therefore,
But you also gave up number 90 in Buddy Hield.
That is very true. It's gonna be an interesting, and obviously the fifth one right there, since you asked, is either Malik Monk or Kevin Huerter. You would imagine is going to be the other starter not named here, and I got to look, but can't imagine they're too far out on that top 150 thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there's any question the Kings are going to have a deep team this year. Are they top heavy enough?
My overall kind of surface area statement on the Kings going into the year is they will be as good as Sabonis and Fox. I mean, I know there's Keegan Murray's going to be really important. Rashawn Holmes off the bench will be important. Huerter, as you mentioned, and Monk and Barnes, just everybody, Davion, they're all going to be critical. But I think it's if De'Aaron Fox, as your term, shoots out of the cannon from the beginning, and Sabonis plays like I think it's up for debate. Everybody would take Jokic first at center or Embiid, one of those two. Yes. Maybe Gobert with his offensive limitations makes you wonder, but still defensively. Towns, he's right there. He is right there in one of the best centers in the league. If those two guys are dynamic, I just think they're going to be really good. But I don't know how to quantify that and say, oh, that puts them as a 4 seed. Oh, that puts them as a play-in team. No, that puts them 5 games better, but they missed the playoffs. I just think they're better. I don't know where that'll go. That other part, then, how that all gels and makes you a team, will then become very important.
You have to play 82 games no matter what. 41 on the road, 41 at home. You say that all the time. But as we get towards the beginning of the year and start to actually look at things, and it's tough, but you have what could be a play-in showdown with Portland starting right away. Home Portland, home LA, at Golden State, home Memphis, home Miami, at Charlotte, at Miami. That is a tough start.
Yes, it is.
And then you go at Orlando. This is beautiful. At Charlotte, at Miami, at Orlando on November 5th, at Golden State 2 days later.
Yeah, to close the trip.
I don't know what the worst one is, but I got to imagine Orlando to Golden State has to be top 5 longest trip in the NBA.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, again, they have some days there, but not a ton. But it's, who you're playing. And part of it is, I think the Kings are going to be in such a mindset to somehow get into that top 10, whatever that means to them, whatever seeding position that is, that they could be so focused. But because the conference is so good, like, I don't know that teams will it's 82, we'll be fine. Like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Boston figured it out a little later than teams wanted to.
Sure.
I think Phoenix was committed to, having a great record, and other teams like Phoenix a year ago, like once things just started going their way, they're like, let's get the highest seed we possibly could. They ended up as a 1 seed. So I just think the competition on a nightly basis is going to be so good in the league, but I think the competition on this team is going to be good, fighting for minutes. And I think that generally leads to better teams. Generally.
Remember, Phoenix could not solve the problem that was the Sacramento Kings last year. They had a very difficult time against Sacramento. And there's always going to be those scuds at the beginning of the year where the Kings are open. We may be looking back on it 10 games into the season. If the Kings are 5-5, which, by the way, I think 5-5 would be an amazing start considering that schedule. 5-5, 6-4, 7-3. We're going to see some of those games were unexpected victories by teams that just don't have the old Spurs.
Right.
They just don't have it together yet. Somebody on the YouTube chat, and I was thinking about this in a different concept, says that Fox and Sabonis is a top 15 duo. I was actually going to say to Jay, hey, I have a project for you, at your leisure. But where would the Kings rank in NBA Jam terms this year, where it's where you have a 2-person lineup? I actually think that is quite interesting. The problem is I just don't know if they're top 15. I really don't.
I will have an answer to you by 8:13.
Okay, 8:13.
Oh, project for Jay.
My guess is they will be below 15. But again, they've got a bench, they've got a new coach, they have a GM on the hot seat.
Yeah.
They have a battle we're going to talk about a little bit later at the 2.
Yeah.
It does look like 1, 3, 4, 5 is set. By the way, there's also, we're going to talk about Keegan Murray and the 2 and all kinds, and Mike Brown's effect, Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, welcome in. And, we're going to have a lot of different things. I would like us to not forget something that just keeps itching in the back of my brain. Richaun Holmes. That's still a weird thing. And I'm not talking about the off-court stuff, which sounds like that's been, if not resolved, it's
in a better place.
It's in a better place.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what is going on with Richaun. I don't know if the Damian Jones move or lack thereof to keep him is a reflection on their confidence that Richaun Holmes is full on the backup center along with Alex Len. And I don't know if the Kings are comfortable having it's not like this, but is it almost like a diet junior Jimmy G situation where Richaun Holmes is too expensive to be a backup center and too repetitive, but they don't want to give him away. So maybe they're just waiting to see if they can extract value out of Richaun Holmes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how they're thinking about it that way, but they need to find the version of him 2 years ago, 3 years ago, because that's a really good player.
Speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, we told you earlier that we had heard that he would possibly be going to this team in the offseason. We'll tell you who that is. And if we have a second as well, we will look at tonight's Steelers-Browns Week 3 starter. We'll do that right after this.
Your home for the most comprehensive 49ers coverage.
Debo, Bosa, to our very own Armstead.
The 49ers Authority, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the San Diego Tourism Authority.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and it's going to be a sunny and warm day today. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a forecast high in Sacramento of 85 degrees. We'll also have a light north wind anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
When you're happy and you know it in San Diego, there's no limit to how you can show it. Endless sunshine, coastline, and outdoor adventures inspire waves of feel-good vibes. Plan your trip today at sandiego.org. That's sandiego.org.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Flex. It's a better way to watch. Well, a player to keep an eye on over the season's final 2 weeks would be A's infielder Jordan Diaz. He was called up to the big leagues on Sunday and delivered his first major league hit, a line drive to right center in the 7th inning. Earlier this year, when he made the move from AA to AAA, he became one of the youngest players in the Coast League. And combined between the two levels, he batted .326 with 19 homers and 83 RBI. Now batting, Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with incredibly fast and powerful supersonic Wi-Fi with 3 times more bandwidth that covers all the bases and then some. And strike out billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you safe at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity, proud partner of the Oakland A's. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas.
The calendar might tell you it's fall, but at Premier Pools and Spas, summers are endless. The huge Endless Summer Sale event at Premier Pools and Spas is back. This weekend only save thousands on your new pool. Join the party this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Rancho Cordova showroom and enjoy catered tacos, a bounce house, face painting, and gifts for the kids. Get next year's pool at this year's price, plus extra savings. If you're like us and too excited to wait to the weekend, call Premier Pools to schedule your free design appointment today.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. So Chad, honest question, why drive all the way to Hoblet when the other guys are so much closer?
Well, I can tell you about our true pricing policy where the price you see is the price you pay. No add-ons or hidden fees. I can tell you we have one of the largest selections of new Ram trucks in California because we are the #1 heavy-duty Ram truck dealer in California, or I could let our customers tell the story.
Hoblet is the best dealership in California by far. Excellent service, value, and overall experience. Felt like we were joining a great community buying from Hoblet. Would recommend them to all my family and friends.
Come see for yourself why Hoblet Dodge is your small town dealer with big city selection and savings. Come be treated like family instead of a sucker with Hoblet's true pricing with no dealer markups, add-ons, or hidden fees. Stop by Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland, the Hoblet Ram Truck Center off County Road 102 and I-5 in Woodland, or search our full inventory with Hoblet's true pricing at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
Ian Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. From Cleveland, we have an AFC North matchup. The Browns hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both coming off narrow losses last week after starting the season with victories. Which team will get their season back on track with a division win? Join Jason McCourty and me to find out on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued is non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
Are you in the need of a loan? Well, Safe Credit Union is here to help. A home equity line of credit can help by using the equity in your home to finish projects or consolidate debt. How about looking for a new or used car? We'll get pre-approved for a safe auto loan to determine how much you can comfortably afford before you shop. Safe Credit Union is here to partner with you on your next loan. They offer flexible terms, fast processing, and excellent service from their financing experts. Safe Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
We are the home for the Kings, Raiders, the NFL, and the A's.
It's Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka is facing a significant suspension for his role in a consensual, intimate relationship with a woman who is a member of the franchise's staff. The relationship was considered a violation of the organization's guidelines, and internal discussions have included scenarios that would keep Udoka out for the entirety of the 2022-23 season, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Robert Sarver announced yesterday that he has begun the process to sell both the NBA's Phoenix Suns and WNBA's Phoenix Mercury franchises. Sarver was suspended 1 year and fined $10 million last week after an NBA investigation found that he used the N-word at least 5 times, quote, when recounting the statements of others. Sarver was also involved in instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Both Bay Area baseball teams found success on the field last night as the Giants beat the Rockies 6-1 behind 5 1/3 shutout innings from Rockland's Logan Webb, and the A's beat the Mariners for the second straight evening.
And now the 3-2 delivery is swung on and missed. Once again, Acevedo does the job. And tonight, the final score is A's 2 and the Mariners 1.
The A's will go for the sweep this afternoon in Oakland. Coverage begins at 11:37 on Sactown Sports. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
That probably shouldn't have scored right there, honestly, looking back at it. It cost us a game. A lot of things went wrong. Not just one thing, but collectively as a unit, as a team, we could have all did things different. But, I mean, it's only a problem because we didn't win, so I probably should have went down.
Well, Nick Chubb's going to have a chance to redeem himself for scoring 3 touchdowns.
Shame on him.
He's going to have a chance to redeem himself from putting his team up 13 with less than 2 minutes left at home against the Jets. Should the Cleveland Browns have suspended Nick Chubb for tonight's game?
For conduct detrimental to winning.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Well, Steelers, Browns, and the I don't know what the hell either of these teams are bowl. I really don't. I don't know what is. And I will tell you this. Am I the only one who's been waiting for Trubisky Brissett? Because
you are. You are the only one. The only one. Not an AFC Championship preview?
That's an Amazon Prime matchup tonight. Trubisky, Brissett. This time it's for real.
It's one of those games. I feel like this game, if it was on Sunday, just slopped in there amongst like 9 morning games, you go, wow, that Browns Steelers game is great. But when it's isolated by itself, I feel like tonight's going to be like 13-9 and just.
Yeah. Headline, we have breaking news. We're going to get
When it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140.
Breaking news.
We already had a trade today. And now it looks like, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, we're going to have a decision very quickly on Ime Udoka, rookie head coach last year, takes his team to the finals last year, comes up just short. Sounds like he will not get a chance to revisit that this season. As it is expected, he will be suspended for the entire 2022-2023 season. Assistant coach Joe Mazzulla is likely to become Boston's interim coach for the year. Again, this is according to Adrian Wojnarowski. If you missed the report late yesterday evening, Udoka was found to be in a consensual relationship with a female staff member. A formal announcement is expected as soon as today. Now, it's post there.
You did.
So, I mean, we're going to sidetrack here.
I'm a little stunned.
I'm really stunned. I'm with you. But we don't know the context. We don't know who this was.
Absolutely. And I'm not trying to trivialize that part. I'm going through the, what would be the term, the mechanics of this.
Yeah.
So I told you broadcast meetings, we have Silver there. He's talking to the media and kind of laid out about I'm going back to Sarver here.
Yes.
It's like a 9-month investigation. You know, he wasn't saying like, we know things you don't know. It wasn't that, but it was, hey, when you investigate something for 9 months, you're going to get a lot of intel, a lot of information from all sorts of different people. And it took all of that to get to a $10 million maximum fine and a 1-year suspension, which a lot of people thought was not enough. I don't know how long this story has been out for Boston, and we just hear about it yesterday. Doesn't mean it hasn't been looked at for a while. But to hear it yesterday for us, we try to compartmentalize it. And then today, you just announced now, hours, I would say, later. It was yesterday afternoon. Hours later that it's a season-long suspension. I'm a little surprised by that.
I agree with you. They've known about this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They've known.
But has it been a 9-month investigation?
Yeah.
And I don't know that matters. It just, what we get was fast turnaround, and it seems harsh without knowing nearly enough of what I should know.
And on the surface, if it's a consensual, first off, Udoka, is he married to Nia Long? Or are they engaged?
Think it's common law, but I don't know on that 100% either.
Because
like
if he is, he's going to miss out on 2 rings in a year. So here's my thing. Okay, on one hand, it's consensual.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand the argument. It's 2 grown adults. It's not Boston's business as to what if any problems Udoka and Nia Long are having. It's a consensual situation. But we're on the heels of Robert Sarver, which is on the heels of the Dallas Mavericks and the Mark Cuban thing. And Whit Grusbeck is the owner of the Boston Celtics, and I could absolutely see a situation where they say, hey, listen, we have like meetings. We have, here at the station, it's all businesses. We have all the time here at Bonneville, a radio station, a broadcasting, whatever. We've got unconscious bias classes and sexual harassment classes and respectful. They do a very admirable job at making sure. And, sometimes it's like, oh, God, I got to take this questionnaire again. But good for them. There's never going to be a situation where they're going to be able to say, well, we didn't really train these guys. Like, we are trained on all of this. If we screw up, it's on us. So let's say the Celtics are doing the same thing. And let's say ownership there is like, we're not going down this road. I don't want to sell my team. It doesn't matter if it's the coach or the owner. It's still a black eye on us. We have a no tolerance policy. Again, we don't know who. And this is another thing I feel bad about. I mean, it could be argued, hey, you knew Ime Udoka was in a relationship and you chose to have a consensual relationship with him, so you deserve whatever's coming to you. And I'm not looking forward to this person's name being released and her being dragged through the mud, which is going to happen.
Yeah.
And not only is it going to happen, Jason, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and make a prediction that when the coach who in his first year took the Celtics to games away from a championship is now suspended for an entire year for having a consensual relationship with a coworker, and that coworker's name is eventually going to be released. My guess is somebody in Boston's going to say something really stupid. I don't know.
You think?
5,000 times.
Right.
And this poor woman is probably going to have to move up in her life. Is she suspended? Is she fired?
Right.
I would like to know. Yeah. I would like to know if the punishment is different for her, and if so, why. But you get it. What if she's on the assistant coaching staff? What if she's a scout? What if she is in a situation where she answers to him or he answers to her? I don't know.
Right.
And that's the bottom line. I hope a lot of people in media today are saying, I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. We don't have to have all the answers.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm still surprised by the length of that suspension.
And I see Zebra, who I love very much, on the YouTube chat, and a lot of people are chatting about this. And again, I said this last night. Sports radio now, we're all gonna be not Zebra, but you, me, whoever. We're all commenting on things that we're just not really. We're not psychologists. We're not lawyers. We're not. This isn't base hits and free throws. But I would disagree with what she said as a blanket statement. If it's consensual, it's nobody's business. I disagree with that. That's not how it is in the workplace, because yes, it's consensual, but you also have workplace rules. And listen, some workplace rules should not be enforceable, should not be out there. If your workplace rule is that your hair has to be styled a certain way, or many of the other dog whistles we've seen in the past, of course, that's a different thing. But there is a saying, you don't eat where you eat, and it's a very crude way of saying, listen, you and I joked earlier. Let's say let's just say you and I are in a relationship, and you dump me and you break my heart, and we're sharing a show together.
Right.
Oh, well, guess what? That show's probably not going to last very long after that.
It's going to be very awkward.
They're going to have to fire one of us or both of us, or transfer one of us or both of us. It's going to rock the whole radio station. Right. Same thing if Jay Mars and I were in a consensual relationship. Well, that's great. But then when I dump Jay because of his dumb taste in music,
and be vice versa.
Well, break his heart. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Then now all of a sudden we've got a problem. And if I'm the boss, if I'm the governor of the whole thing, I say I want to avoid all of this by saying the following, because we're opening yourself up to all kinds of crap.
Right. And I'll bring this in personally for me. I mean, I met my wife here.
Yeah, that's right. You did. Yes.
25+ years ago.
That's right.
And I don't think, I know times have changed, even like HR and different things. I don't know if we would have even had to like submit paperwork or something. We didn't at the time.
You would now.
Yeah.
You would now.
Yeah. And there are workplace people meet. I mean, a lot of times it's who you're around, who you connect with. But this is really interesting to me, how this is all going to unfold.
As we break, I'm not immune to that. I'm not immune to you can't legislate love and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? If it's that important to you, and then somebody go find a different job. I know that seems simplistic, but rules are rules are rules. And in this case, I understand why the rules are in place. We will take a break. We'll get to the Steelers-Browns a little bit later. It's the end of summer. It's an iconic television anniversary. 3 for Madness in 1 minute.
Breaking news, the latest happenings with your favorite teams.
Do you ever wonder about what the heck all these kids are doing on the computers all the time?
Stay up to date with all of it by following us on Instagram and Twitter.
Excuse me, gentlemen, a little update for you.
At Sactown 1140.
What up, world? This is your boy, Kevin Huerter, a.k.a. the comedic rock star. And guess what? I'm coming to a city near you with my new tour, Reality Check. And we are adding shows, doing it big, brand new hour material. Big laughs, big energy. Make sure you're in the building. Don't miss your chance to get your tickets.
Don't miss Kevin Hart Reality Check Tour at Golden One Center on December 11th. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m.
Go to KevinHartNation.com now.
Hurry into the Energy Savings Event at Lowe's. Save energy and save money on select major appliances, including Whirlpool energy efficient appliances. You can also use less water with WaterSense bathroom faucets, starting at just $19.98. Plus, find other great energy-saving items throughout the store and check your eligibility for rebates in your area to save even more. Don't miss the Energy Savings Event at Lowe's. Selection varies by location. Exclusions apply. Visit Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 9/28.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Magnus on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Question 1.
All right, we're following this Ime Udoka developing story, and we will throughout the day. We'll have more on that in just a few. Also, hey, Romy's going to join us.
Hey,
7:44.
Romy.
No, Romy.
No, Romy.
Romy.
Right.
He appears in the afternoons.
Yes, he does.
With Nick Cattell's.
That's correct.
Yes.
Now you got that right.
And we will be getting to know Romy when he comes on the program. I got to be honest. No offense to Romy, who we have open invites.
But now you're going to say something
I know
bad.
it does sound like it's going to be offensive. And no, it's really not. Just wouldn't today have been a wonderful day for the get to know Nick Cattle segment?
I think there just needs to be a 3-hour roundtable in here. You know what I'm saying? Where the two of them come in and you guys just pelt both of them with questions for 3 hours.
I agree. I've been trying to get Nick on the show since he got here.
But today especially.
Today
with the
especially because Nick is Mr. Celtics guy. He's going to be fired up. He was getting into it on Twitter last night.
Was he?
Yes, he was. Oh, yes, he was. It was pretty amazing to watch. In the meantime, 3 for Madness. Jay Marr's question.
Hey, speaking of amazing things to watch, what was your favorite, as Dave wrote, sportsy thing from the summer?
I just want to point out, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, today is the fall equinox. It's over. You made it. You made it.
Also, you people that go out on blankets to observe that, you're weird.
Really?
Is it the blanket that's weird or just observing it?
The whole idea. The whole shebang.
Do they bring snacks?
They do.
Oh, well, then it's okay.
How do you observe a fall equinox?
They do it.
You just take it in.
They summer solstice, fall equinox, all that BS.
You become one with it, Dave.
Yeah, the earthy people.
Well, you know what? I'm here to tell you that's stupid.
Wow.
I know.
This is your favorite time of year and you're calling them stupid.
No, that's pretty cool. Hey,
No, it's it's those people that I only shower twice a week.
No,
they're the ones who observe it.
Is that wrong?
No, well, what?
Is that wrong?
Not saying it's right.
I want to say, also remind you, it'll be 90 and 92.
Hey, sportsy thing from the summer. Go.
Don't give up, summer.
I had a tough time with this because everything was stupid. But I would say probably my favorites, Serena at the U.S. Open, maybe.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun with. I had a lot of fun with that. That was fun to watch and didn't work out in the end the way we wanted, but it was a fun ride while it lasted.
I have one that's a bridge between the great times of summer that's taking us into fall. It's following things that make you just intrigued, and it's Albert Pujols and Aaron Judge.
That's a really good one.
I mean, just also, I felt like, I don't know why I thought Judge, as the year went on, I'm like, he's really doing something special. So since about 30, 35 home runs, there goes another one, 36, 37, and now he's at 60. It's awesome.
I want to point out, too, I keep doing this, but credit where credit's due. You called the Pujols story. You said it was going to be a huge story this year.
Why'd you put extra emphasis on poo?
Holes.
Why not? Speaking of somebody who puts extra emphasis on poo, what was yours, Jay?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Probably the Kent Bazemore signing.
Okay. You know what? Oh, comes in and just slams us both.
He went over the top.
Love Kent Bazemore.
So do I. But what is
apparently you don't?
What is Quinn Cook going to bring?
We're not doing that today.
Number 2.
Question 2.
All right. That being said, what was the worst sportsy thing from the summer?
Sorry, I hate to say this, but for me personally,
that's the idea of it.
And I know that I'm in the minority, so just everyone calm down and have some pudding. Baseball, just
wow,
just having to pretend to care.
I'm gonna need you to
which
throw
I
that
did
pudding.
A terrible job at. I
you
think.
What do you mean pretend? You didn't even try.
It's not this.
You're
getting this.
Oh yeah, throw a shoe.
Oh my God, the George Bush Memorial shoe throw.
What did you just say?
The George Bush.
No, before that, baseball. Just baseball.
George Bush too, by the way. I didn't care. I didn't care about the Giants. I knew they were going to be stupid.
Good. I don't care anymore. I'm a bandwagon fan.
Hold on. Let me just point out
Kings
real quick.
have been relevant in 16 years, but here I am.
Let me just point out real quick. Yankee fan, Dodger fan.
Yeah, we've suffered.
Yeah, Giants fan. You've had a lot to, you've had a really poor 15 years.
You have more World Series than Jay and I combined.
That's
pretty much
this millennium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me be clear.
Just say I hate baseball. Just get it out already.
Do you not remember that last year when the Giants were the best they've ever been? I wasn't into baseball until like July anyways.
Okay, can you just say you're kind of a fair weather Giants fan at this point?
No,
it's fine.
I'm a fair weather baseball fan.
But by proxy, then you're a fair weather Giants fan.
The sport gave you Will Clark Day.
I am here for Will Clark Day. Was the best day of the year in baseball.
You didn't even go.
I watched. I have it on DVR. Thank you. We can watch it right now.
That changes everything.
All I'm saying is that it's just trying to get excited about a baseball 162 in June. I can't do it.
Okay, August. Pujols and Aaron Judge, like you said, that's been fun to watch.
Shohei.
Now I'm caring. Oh no, I'm on board now, but it's fall.
You're a fair weather baseball fan.
You're a fair weather baseball fan.
You're
You said you said can first. What was yours? I thought you did.
For me, it's also another thing, just like you track, you follow. It was a bit exhausting with James Garoppolo.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Jason! Jeez, how could you?
Jason hates football.
Seriously,
I have always hated football. Clearly,
all right. Do you even like sports?
No.
How would you not be into Jimmy Garoppolo?
That's why I listen to my country.
When you tired of your sports?
Yes,
I agree with you. That's a good one. It was just like,
but now it's actually needed.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah,
but for the longest time, it was like, wake me up when Jimmy's
traded.
He's still here. Hey, did you guys know who he's starting on Sunday?
Huh?
He'll be starting on Sunday, by the way.
Yeah. But will he be starting for the Niners?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's like we should draw a picture every day until he's traded or something like that.
No. Number 3.
Question 3.
On this day, 40 years ago, 1982, the sitcom Family Ties premiered on NBC.
Family Ties.
That's not the thing.
I don't think that is.
You're just the cutest little family.
Is this Michael J. Fox's most iconic role?
Alex P. Keaton.
So here are the okay, Michael J. Foxmore, Alex P. Keaton.
That's number 1.
Marty McFly.
Teen Wolf.
Doc Hollywood?
Spin City, I forget his character's name. That was a super popular show.
I'm going to tell you a little factoid here. I think that the fourth
Doc Hollywood's good movie.
head of Michael J. Fox's Mount Foxmore is actually, it is very personal to a lot of people and very much up for argument. So you had said, was it you said Doc Holliday or Doc Holliday? What was your
Hollywood?
What was
Doc
Doc Hollywood?
I said Spin City.
Okay, Spin City, and mine would be The Secret of My Success.
Okay,
I think if you ask 10 people, you're going to get a bunch of different. There are 3 without a doubters.
So let's focus in on that. What's of those 3? What's the most iconic? I'm partial to Marty McFly.
I'm going to the original because Marty McFly doesn't happen without Alex P. Keaton.
I totally agree.
So I'm going there, but Jay might be right as far as the grand scope. Might be Back to the Future, but I think it doesn't happen without Alex P. Keaton. So I go there.
I 100% see both sides.
Break the tie.
Come on, Switzerland, break it.
Unless you're Teen Wolf.
Right. I understand both sides. And Jason, I completely agree with you. Except I cannot. There is no Marty McFly without Alex Keaton. But Marty McFly is it has to be his. Marty McFly has to be his most iconic role. It really, I think so. Also, fun fact about Family Ties. And if you know the answer, don't say it right away because I want to see if both of you know or don't know. Everyone knows the Family Ties theme song.
He's asked us like 7 times.
I know.
But do you still? No, you realize there's some people in the audience that haven't heard it.
No.
Maybe 2.
Diehard fans.
They all go sha-la-la-la. But do you know how it starts? Do you remember how it starts? Because we've gone over this before many times, as you said. There is a weird thing with a block. There's a mental block people have. They all know the theme song has a sha-la-la-la, but they don't ever remember how it actually begins. And the fact that you guys don't really bothers me. And I can't turn it up. So that whole lead in was for absolutely nothing.
Is your USB thing up?
Yeah.
You know what?
What? Do you not remember?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Development.
Yeah, it is.
I bet we've been together
for 1 million years. I'll bet we've been together for a million more.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what I've read before. It really is a weird mental block, but there you go.
What do we do?
Family Ties, This Day in 1982, part of the greatest block in television history.
Another one of the shows, too, that was great, and then added a character at the end. You're like,
oh, who was it? Tiger? No, it was Brady Bunch. Who'd they add?
Tiger was the dog.
Oh, Oliver.
Oliver.
But that wasn't Family Ties, right?
No, that was Brady Bunch.
What was the character?
Oliver's a cousin, right?
No, but who? Yeah,
there was the kid that came in. Like,
come on, Mars. Who's there? Is that
who are you asking me for?
Family Ties. Who was the character they added at the end? There was some lame late season.
Alex J. Keaton.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll have that, or I'm sure they'll have that on the text line when we get back. All right, Ime Udoka is. It sounds like
he's in trouble.
Out for the year. He's going to lose. He's going to lose. No, never mind. I'm not going to do the 2 rings joke again. We'll be right back.
From the draft to free agency to the summer league
to the games that matter the most.
It's good, and it's pandemonium at Golden One Center.
When it comes to the Kings, nobody has you covered like Sactown Sports, your local sports leader.
Hey there, Jason Ross here for ACR Solar. Go to acrsolar.com or call them at 916-481-7200. So we've had some rain over the last couple of days. I was gone. I was out of town, and I didn't have to worry about my roof situation because in the past, last winter, I mean, our roof barely, and I say barely, made it through the winter season. Now, we're not quite to winter, but in situations like we just had where we had some pretty good rain for a day and a half or so, you worry about any potential leaks. Well, not anymore for us. We got our brand new roof thanks to ACR Solar. Now you think of them, and really it's ACR Home Services. They do so much more than solar, though they thrive in the solar department if that's an area you want to explore. But for us, after meeting with multiple roofing companies, and when we talked to ACR Solar, we knew this was the right partnership with us and for us. So we got started and we got on the schedule. They came out, and the amount of work and how quickly they did it was honestly amazing. And to watch them go through that process, how quickly they ripped the old roof off, skip sheet and get the new plywood down and everything ready to go. And then the new roof is on. It looks amazing. And we are 100% pleased and thoroughly satisfied with the work from ACR Solar. So if you're in the spot where you need a new roof, I strongly consider that you look at ACR Solar. Go to acrsolar.com or call them at 916-481-7200.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center, and it's going to be a sunny and warm day today. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a forecast high in Sacramento of 85 degrees. We'll also have a light north wind anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop a dealership you can trust. Folsom Lake Kia, over 20 years right here in Sacramento. Save big on your favorite new Kia models and get low interest financing. Visit my friends at FolsomLakeKia.com.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at last year's Elk Grove Dodge. Vince, I suppose you're wearing your big guy football jersey because, well, it's football season.
That's right.
And you're number 60, which is significant because...
Because for over 60 years, the name Lasher means a great deal.
Then you must have a great play in mind for Ram Power Days.
I do, on Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
All I can say is you better be going deep with the discount.
I'm going all the way to the red zone.
The red zone?
Save $11,000 off MSRP and over 35 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
$11,000 off Ram 1500 Bighorns? That sure beats the competition, Vince.
I know. I'll say it again. During Ram Power Days at Elk Grove Dodge, save $11,000 off MSRP on over 35 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge in the Oak Grove Auto Mall and online at oakgrovedodge.com.
Includes 5,500 in California National Chrysler Capital Conquest and select inventory retail bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital OAC and have qualified vehicle for at least 30 days. Sample pin 420627 ends 10/3/22.
Contractors, homeowners, and business owners, if you want to save big on DeWalt, come check out Fastener's Tool Outlet for the biggest DeWalt sale of the year. This Saturday from 9 to 3. Enjoy huge savings on cordless power tools, batteries, outdoor power equipment, hand tools, power tool accessories, and much more. Grab a cordless lawnmower kit for just $149. DeWalt reps will be on site with tool demos and free merch. Come check it out at Fastener's Tool Outlet this Saturday from 9 to 3, 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or online at fasteners8.net.
I'm sure you've heard the phrase, let Safe Credit Union put you first. Well, that phrase is honest, genuine, and sincere. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Safe Credit Union. At Safe, you're not a number. You are part of a member-owned, community-focused family. Explore the benefits of saving, borrowing, and investing. with a partner who puts you first. Safe Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka is facing a significant suspension for his role in a consensual, intimate relationship with a woman who is a member of the franchise's staff. The relationship was considered a violation of the organization's guidelines, and internal discussions have included scenarios that would keep Udoka out for the entirety of the 2022-23 season, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Robert Sarver announced yesterday that he has begun the process to sell both the NBA's Phoenix Suns and WNBA's Phoenix Mercury franchises. Sarver was suspended 1 year and fined $10 million last week after an NBA investigation found that he used the N-word at least 5 times, quote, when recounting the statements of others. Sarver was also involved in instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Both Bay Area baseball teams found success on the field last night as the Giants beat the Rockies 6-1 behind 5 1/3 shutout innings from Rockland's Logan Webb, and the A's beat the Mariners for the second straight evening.
And now the 3-2 delivery is swung on and missed. Once again, Acevedo does the job. And tonight, the final score is A's 2 and the Mariners 1.
The A's will go for the sweep this afternoon in Oakland. Coverage begins at 11:37 on Sactown Sports. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Stimulating conversation about kitchen gadgets and baseball cards.
I think that's really crazy interesting.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
So
you are funny.
We're gonna get into the Ime Udoka thing in just a second. I just want to take a moment to remind everybody that Brett Favre defrauded Mississippi welfare recipients of millions of dollars, expressed the fact that he's cool with taking the money, but was worried that somebody might find out. It was him, some lady, the governor. Brett Favre helped defraud the poorest people in the poorest state in the country out of millions of dollars so that he could build a volleyball complex at his daughter's and his alma mater, his daughter's school where she played volleyball. Like, it's just, we just pause and think about the fact that we're going to be talking about Ime Udoka's sex life, like at length, no pun intended. We're going to be talking so much about that. Ime Udoka is going to get dragged today because he's married to her again. We still haven't figured that out with Nia Long.
Yeah.
Ime Udoka is going to be talked, and I'm not defending what he did.
Right.
But I'm saying I just want to point out how just dumb the media is. And by the way, studies show what I'm about to say is the last thing anybody wants to hear. And I just don't care.
The one thing about this, though, is it got my personal text line going. My significant other, who knows nothing about sports, is waiting in.
Oh, yeah, because it's tea time. That's why.
Ready?
Yeah, spill the tea.
Men being caught cheating is very played out with athletes and those connected to sports. Like, yes, we know they're cheating. Please, it's so annoying to see it on my timeline.
She's 100% correct. I've said this before, and this isn't a fact, but if I had to guess, if I had to lay an over-under, no pun intended, on the amount of athletes, like what percentage of athletes that are currently in the big 3 professional sports have cheated on their girlfriends/spouses in their career?
4%.
Yeah,
I'll take the higher.
Yeah, I'm going to take that. I would put it somewhere around 85 to 90%. Like,
Wow.
legit.
I think that's actually legit.
Dude, in all my years of covering sports, and I don't profess to know every athlete and every coach, but it's more of a thing like when you hear about the ones that don't, they're like, no, you know what I'm. And I'm not saying that there aren't. I'm not
Shout out
trying to
AC Green.
I'm not trying to throw everybody under the bus. What I'm saying is that if people just realize that almost certainly your favorite player cheats, and if not, is going to at some point.
Well, I thought your line earlier was good. What is it? You said faithful as your options.
As faithful as their options.
And in that realm, there are, I don't know if more opportunities, but there are some situations that they're put in where it's probably difficult for them. And that doesn't mean all of them say yes.
Right.
But I think a lot have. And this is a really interesting situation, because I think even if you look at the past history of the league, where if you would say, gosh, I can't think of one off the top of my, Kobe. There was a criminal case.
Yes.
Now, charges, I think ultimately at the end were dropped. Yes. I think if I remember correctly, it was a long time ago now. But forgive me, Dave, did he miss time?
I don't think
there was
so.
court time. Remember, there was
I don't think
famous games where he was actually in court in Denver and then came back and played. I just think I know we're in a different climate, and I'm not saying, things shouldn't be taken seriously, but
we are in a different climate.
For sure.
If the Kobe stuff had happened today, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. That Kobe said he would have been suspended pending.
A year?
I don't even know. I don't even know how that. I mean, it's an interesting thought process, thought exercise. He would have, but it would have been a completely different. Now we're sitting here with Ime Udoka, and listen, I don't.
Well, real quick on that too, by the way. I think part of this, if we go even to the HR element, and I could be speaking out of my scope here completely, but I feel like because Ime Udoka is considered to be in a position of power, there can be some thought like, hey, this has to happen because, or you want to keep X job because, where I think it's thought of as a player's not in a position of power, but there's a lot of status there.
Yes.
That I don't know if the two are different, if you get my question here.
I do. And I don't know what, first off, I don't assume every NBA team has the same rules, number one. Number two,
they probably do, though.
I think they probably do. I think there's probably a code of conduct that's pretty
universal.
Yeah. I know that players are not allowed to fraternize romantically with the dancers, for example, like the people on the dance team and the players. That's not okay. I don't know if that extends to other employees or not. I truly don't. And I don't know if it's executives and players. I don't know if there's rules there. I think there's a difference between condoning and defending, and just like the whole. Here's the thing about Ime Udoka. I don't. If it was not consensual, if he abused power, then I care in the sense that I'm a human, and that's
right.
If this was consensual and we're just talking about workplace issues, as a basketball fan, I care. I don't care who Ime Udoka sleeps with.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Yep.
And I don't understand how you could. Nia Long is beautiful, and I get the whole joke today is going to be how did you cheat on Nia Long? It's not my business.
Right.
We could spend we can have a 24-hour straight show talking about historical mistakes dudes have made because of their that the weakness
thinking that way,
going down the list, thinking with the wrong what. Okay, I don't. That's not the thing that gets me. What does get me is, again, what we choose to care about. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, and I don't care. And when they fire me at some point in my career, I'm going to look back and I'm not going to care, because we need to say stuff like this more. I want everybody to take a second and ask themselves how the media would be operating if Brett Favre was black. Just think about it. And if that means you're switching the station, then sorry. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And the lack of furor over Brett Favre does not excuse Ime Udoka. But I think there's an angle on this whole story that you can look at where it's, what do we choose to care about? The media literally spent more time on where Tom Brady and Giselle are living than the fact that a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback and one of the most iconic players in football history, I will say it again, defrauded the poorest people in the poorest state in the country out of millions of dollars to build a volleyball stadium for his daughter.
Yeah. Rob from the poor to give to the rich.
Yes. And we're like, Brett Favre, CTE or something, right? The Wranglers. Brett Favre, you silly rascal, you. Dude, he should be in jail, rotting. Throw him in jail. put him in cuffs and perp walk his ass to jail. It's not going to happen. But what we are going to focus on and watch today, seriously, watch ESPN, listen to sports radio. And I'm going to ask you, how many times are you going to hear about Brett Favre? Any mention, any update, anything at all? Is there a push to have him indicted? Is there? No, it's just like, well, he did it. But how many times a day are you going to hear about Ime Udoka's shorts and whose bed they're in? It's just gross, dude. It's just gross. He's out for the year. That's news. Okay.
Yeah, but it gets to be more than that. Like if you report the news of what the actual suspension is, okay. But then it gets to be more of the gossip stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're into. And I mean this with all respect and love, but Jay Mars's girl is into this thing now. And it
wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be.
Right.
But it's gossip. It spreads to it crosses those lines because we all want to. It's why we, almost every show is a reality show. And by the way, I include sports in that. Sports is a reality show. That's really what it is at its heart and soul. It's unscripted, same as reality shows for the most part. Anyways, you're going to hear a lot about this today. And I think the important thing is the Celtics are going to have one of their assistant coaches, Joe Mazzulla, is going to be their interim coach for the next season. We have new people in the afternoon. Maybe we can prep Romy, see how he's doing, because he's going to have to be across from Nick Cattles today.
Yes, that's true.
That is not a place you want to be across from. Romy from the afternoon show is going to join us next.
Sactown Sports 1140 is broadcasting live on YouTube.
To me, it's a must-watch.
Check out the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and the Cattles and Romy Show.
Plus, get exclusive content.
Search Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friends at American Energy, and now's the time to replace your system, and you can get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation, 0% financing, and payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Offer expires September 30th. Don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, your second opinion partner.
Let West Coast Car Audio of Galt and Stockton help you beat that heat this summer. How, you ask? How about tinting your entire car for only $79? Offer valid at Galt and Stockton locations only. Get your entire car tinted for only $79 at West Coast Car Audio of Galt and Stockton. Don't need tint? No problem. West Coast Car Audio and Tint wants to help you save money with amazing deals on alarms, car, boat, and ATV stereos and more. The new Galt location of West Coast Car Audio also does paint protection film. Plus, they do ceramic car coating starting at only $299. Give the experts at West Coast Car Audio and Tint of Galt and Stockton a call today, or come check them out in person.
The calendar might tell you it's fall, but at Premier Pools and Spas, summers are endless. The huge Endless Summer Sale event at Premier Pools and Spas is back. This weekend only save thousands on your new pool. Join the party this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Rancho Cordova showroom and enjoy catered tacos, a bounce house, face painting, and gifts for the kids. Get next year's pool at this year's price, plus extra savings. If you're like us and too excited to wait till the weekend, call Premier Pools to schedule your free design appointment today.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
The key word is savings, and lots of it. Right now, save up to $9,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And that's Hoblet's true price. Not the one you see online, then show up and find out there's a bunch of hidden fees and add-ons. The price you see is the price you pay.
Wait, people are still doing that?
Yeah, I hear customers all the time talking about going to a dealership because they had a killer deal, only to find out the price was actually way higher. We are your small town dealer with big city pricing and selection. That means we have hundreds of new Ram trucks in stock for you to choose from, and tons more on the way. Plus, save thousands more with the best financing around. There's no reason to shop anywhere else.
Hoblet's been known for taking care of its customers for generations. See Hoblet's true pricing now by stopping by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive, or check out their full selection at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
9,000 total net savings after 5,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 1,500 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualifies. 1,250 Conquest bonus cash. Must own or be leasing non-Stellantis group vehicle. 15% net savings. See dealer for details.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One, reminding you to join us for Thursday Night Football coming up from Cleveland. It's an AFC North matchup with Jacoby Brissett and the Browns playing host to Mitchell Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ian Eagle and Jason McCourty will have the call on air or on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. Don't miss any of the action on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
The new era of Thursday Night Football is here, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, one of the NFL's oldest rivalries is reborn when the Pittsburgh Steelers take on Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars, live from Cleveland. Not an Amazon Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Steel City and the Dog Pound, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/watchtnf for details.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Text or call the show at 916-339-1140 on Sactown Sports 1140.
Jason Barrett is a industry man, if you will, former PD in the Bay Area of another sports station, and he runs all kinds of radio stuff, including his Barrett Sports Media outfit that had a wonderful article on our newest member of the afternoon via Milwaukee and all kinds of different places. He is a comedian. Is he a comedian who does sports talk, guy who does comedy?
Ooh, I wonder what Romy would say to that.
I'd love to talk to him. And oh, by the way, he's on the phone right now.
What?
We missed out on Get to Know Nick Cattles Day. And again, what a wonderful day to get to know Nick Cattles. But we are honored and privileged to have the newest member, even though he's been here for a bit, of the afternoon show on with us today. Romy, good morning. How are you?
Morning, boys. Sports radio pays the bills, so I'm a sports talk radio host who does comedy on the side.
But let me ask you this, in all seriousness, but not really. If you got offered a national, your agent calls you and says, I've got a job in LA or New York for you, 35 stations, we're replacing Jim Rome, and we're going to pay you $3 million a year to host a national sports show, or your agent calls and says, hey, Netflix called and they have a development deal for you. Romy goes to camp or something, and we're going to pay you. They're paying you an upfront $3 million. Money's the same. Which one are you choosing, pal?
See, I'm a big believer in work smarter, not harder. You do the Netflix special, and there's a lot of work that goes into a Netflix special. You got to tour, you got to do the open mics, you got to work the material, tweak it, work it, and then finally you have a final product. You do it and you put it out there. But you put it out there, guys, and it's out there, and it keeps making money, and people keep watching it. This sports radio thing, I love it, man. I've been doing it for 15, 16, 17 years, something like that. But it is a grind. Every day getting up and going, all right, what are we doing for 3-4 hours? What am I talking about for 3-4 hours today? And then you do it, and you start all over again. It's back to the drawing board, and let's come up with another 3-4 hours of content. It's, for me, that's more daunting than doing a Netflix special, to be quite honest with you.
I just like this theme, Dave. Romy goes to camp. So, Romy, you pick that. Can Dave and I be the campers at least? You could teach us life lessons. I don't know what it would be.
Are we just playing camp games like the ones we did when we were kids?
Sure.
Like get on the balloon or get under the big tent thing. You know that big tent thing you did when you were a kid in camp? The big rainbow tent?
Whatever works. I'd be a camper.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes.
The good news for you is that today is not one of those days where you're going to have to worry about what to talk about. I imagine, here's what I would do. A little advice, you didn't ask for it and you don't need it, but I would just say this. Go by your favorite fast food outlet on the way to work today. Grab yourself an extra value meal, wherever it is, and a large soda, and just put your feet up on the desk and just let Nick go and just make sure he doesn't fall on the ground.
Yeah.
Actually, before the Ime Udoka news broke, and it works out for him because, boy, he needs a mental rest after last night. Nick took the day off. He's got some things to attend to, so Nick won't be on the show today.
Oh my God!
Wow! Breaking news!
Oh my God!
When it breaks, we have it first.
Like I said,
Sactown Sports, 1140.
It's a mental health day at this point after what his Celtics endured late into the night last night.
Wow.
Boy, I was all over Twitter last night, man. And obviously some people who are on the wrong end of that story, but God, is that a fascinating story with so much drama and juiciness. I love stories like that because I'm a terrible person, guys.
I'm sorry. I know I'm stepping in lobby here, but what is Nick doing this at? I hope it better be. He better be signing on a house, buying like, I don't even know if he was buying a car. Canceling the whole city is waiting. No offense, Romy. I mean, honestly, if somebody, this is his wheelhouse, and they're waiting to hear from Nick, and Nick's getting a massage?
I mean, call him in, boy.
Yeah, you know what? I think so.
He's working on Romy's Netflix deal.
As Romy joins us, you can hear him with sometimes apparently Nick Cattles in the afternoons. Have you finally moved in?
Yes, the furniture arrived.
Yes. Yeah, I moved in 2 months ago. It's just my furniture didn't move in with me because I got scammed, guys. There's no other way to put it. I got by some scammer movers, and they gave me a quote, and it was a good quote. Then they took my stuff, and they were like, "It's actually going to cost a lot more than that." So we were in ransom negotiations for about 6 weeks, and about just under 3 weeks ago, my stuff arrived, and I'm no longer living on an air mattress with my TV that was sitting atop a cooler as my entertainment center for the first 6 weeks that I was living here. It was the most, like, you see those tweets where guys are like, all I need, I'm in my new place and got all, and they have like a folding chair and a TV sitting on the floor and a fridge full of beer. That was the life I was living, but not by choice. That's not all I need, guys. I like nice things in my house.
Yeah. So, Romy, I know it hasn't been a terribly long time here for you yet, but what are your Sacramento highlights so far? We blessed you with that 116-degree day. I know that had to be fun, but what are some of the things you've taken in about this city so far?
That was not a highlight. I'll get that out of the way right off the bat. I'm not used to that kind of heat, guys. People like to tell me it's a dry heat, and it might be for the rest of you. When you sweat as much as I do, it's no longer a dry heat. I have my own ecosystem, and it's balmy. It's balmy on days like that. So but now this weather is beautiful, man. But just last week, guys, I love food. You'll notice that if you listen to the afternoon show. I love to cook. I love to eat. Dave, I think you and I are kindred spirits in a way. You like to smoke meats. I saw you did some pastrami a couple weeks ago on Twitter. That looked delicious. I love to smoke meats. And I found, and I don't know how it took me 6 weeks to find this, guys. I did Google searches, and I guess I'm just bad at it. The Midtown Farmers Market. Are you guys farmers market guys? Love me a farmers market. I spent a good 2 hours at the Midtown Farmers Market, which is huge. And anything that you're looking for. And a lot of people think farmers markets are just like all healthy food. Trust me, I wouldn't be there if it was all healthy food. All right? You got vendors out there and food trucks and bakeries. I spent like 2 hours out there, took a little break, sat out there with the dog, had a coffee. I think that might be a regular Saturday thing for your boy. And I can't wait for King season to start, guys, because I'm in Midtown. I'm about a 15-minute walk from Doco and the Golden One Center. And I'm just looking forward to getting out in this city on nights that there are Kings games going on and going to a few games and just feeling that. I love when there's pro sports going on in a town and just the atmosphere that it brings. So I have a feeling my favorite thing about the city hasn't even happened yet, but it's going to get started pretty soon with the Kings season firing up.
I was trying to see. I know you were in Milwaukee. Am I right that you were in Minnesota too?
Yeah, I was there for a couple of years.
I lived off of Minnetonka and St. Paul for a couple of years. Fine place. Totally not freezing at all. Have you? And by the way, I just went to Wikipedia just in case to see, because you, like me, apparently don't have a page, but I'm sure you know this. There's a Romy Malouf that is a Syrian billionaire. So yes, wow. I mean,
yeah, He's not a good dude.
Not doesn't look like it. So moving. Go ahead.
It's funny you bring up my move to Minneapolis and the guy who shares my name.
Okay.
I had my difficulties when I moved here. When I moved to Minneapolis, guys, I found out, no joke, although I do have a joke about it in my stand-up set, that I was on some government watch list.
No.
I lived in an Airbnb for like 3-4 weeks while I got my name off this watch list so an apartment would approve me and give me a place to live.
Wow.
Because I have the same name as this dude who's funding the Assad regime in Syria. I always have hoops to jump through when I need to move somewhere, but that was not a hoop I was expecting to jump through right there.
I don't know why not your part's not like I feel bad for you, but then also I don't know why, but just like you're funding, like you're doing this horrific thing worldwide and it's terrible. You can't rent an Airbnb.
Yeah, no, off limits.
Maybe that'll stop him.
The thing about it to me is, like, this dude's a billionaire or a trillionaire. You really think he's trying to rent this crappy little apartment in Minneapolis?
Well, it got 4 stars.
You think he's going to where it's like -70 in the winter? A billionaire from Syria is going to Minneapolis, Minnesota in the middle of winter.
And I know Chicago's in your background too. So I think we're a good place to end here. Is this your first warm weather city
that I've lived in? Yeah.
Wow.
I had never, before they brought me out for the whole interview process and all that, guys, I had never been west of Minneapolis.
Oh, wow.
In my travels around the country. So yeah, man, this is a whole new world for me. And like I said, the heat was a bit to deal with, but and the moving was a bit of a struggle. But other than that, really, really enjoying the time here. And especially, I don't say this just to say this, guys, you've been in radio a long time. There are some not great work environments out there, especially right now in this climate. And being in the fold at Sactown Sports and with Bonneville, it's been a good thing, man. I've enjoyed it so far.
Well, tune in to Romy this afternoon as he will react to Ime Udoka and all of the things
Alone.
in sports
Yes.
alone by himself,
Solo mission.
not
Yeah.
with the
All by
guy
myself.
from Boston. And we've been. I told you.
Is he investigating this more? What's happening?
For real.
Nick is that burner account that was going crazy last
Oh my God! If we hear tomorrow from our big boss that Nick has been suspended for a year with his suspension matches Ime Udoka's, we're gonna have questions. All right, buddy. We'll see you this afternoon. Appreciate you. Take care. All right, we'll take a break and for real, tune in. After we signed off yesterday, because it always happens this way. Robert Sarver was like, selling the teams.
Yeah.
So we didn't get a chance to react to that. We will do that next.
The place to tell you if the 49ers are contenders
or pretenders.
It's a pretty big deal. I've been a fan of the 49ers since, 84.
Your home for 49ers news and talk. Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and it's going to be a sunny and warm day today. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a forecast high in Sacramento of 85 degrees. We'll also have a light north wind anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
New Kia inventory has been arriving at Folsom Lake Kia. Check out the deals on all the new Kia models. You can even buy with 0 down with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your family-owned Kia dealership for over 20 years. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store talking about positionless basketball. It features players who shoot well from beyond the arc, can defend multiple positions, and would thrive in a pass-happy system. The way the players rely on each other is similar to how the body works when supported by Good Feet arch supports. By supporting all 4 arches, the foot, knees, hips, and low back become properly aligned. so that each can do their job pain-free. If you have foot-related pain, it's time to get serious. Good Feet makes over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities of arch supports. So your solution is waiting. Visit Good Feet now for a free, no obligation, personalized fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet arch supports in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto. Online, goodfeet.com.
At Ashton and Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
When Big Mobile charges you an arm and a leg, they're taking your money and your power. And your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your power back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because we're not qualified surgeons. Unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month with auto pay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Are you in the need of a loan? Well, Safe Credit Union is here to help. A home equity line of credit can help by using the equity in your home to finish projects or consolidate debt. How about looking for a new or used car? We'll get pre-approved for a safe auto loan to determine how much you can comfortably afford before you shop. Safe Credit Union is here to partner with you on your next loan. They offer flexible terms, fast processing, and excellent service from their financing experts. Safe Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Folks, there's been some fumbles on the way to the big game, but he's been getting some help to get it done tonight. Here's the throw. And he's off to the races. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. He did it, folks. He did it.
Regain and optimize your sexual performance, drug-free and surgery-free. The Gainswave treatment will help you get that bedroom touchdown. See what Dr. Dan Botha and his team at Gainswave can do for you. Visit gainswavecalgary.ca.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
It's Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka is facing a significant suspension for his role in a consensual, intimate relationship with a woman who is a member of the franchise's staff. The relationship was considered a violation of the organization's guidelines, and internal discussions have included scenarios that would keep Udoka out for the entirety of the 2022-23 season, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Robert Sarver announced yesterday that he has begun the process to sell both the NBA's Phoenix Suns and WNBA's Phoenix Mercury franchises. Sarver was suspended 1 year and fined $10 million last week after an NBA investigation found that he used the N-word at least 5 times, quote, when recounting the statements of others. Sarver was also involved in instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Both Bay Area baseball teams found success on the field last night as the Giants beat the Rockies 6-1 behind 5 1/3 shutout innings from Rockland's Logan Webb, and the A's beat the Mariners for the second straight evening.
And now the 3-2 delivery is swung on and missed. Once again, Acevedo does the job. And tonight, the final score is A's 2 and the Mariners 1.
The A's will go for the sweep this afternoon in Oakland. Coverage begins at 11:37 on Sactown Sports. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, so a lot of breaking news today. It started simply enough with, hey,
trade.
Yeah, it sounds like the Pistons and the Jazz are getting close to a trade that ended up going down just minutes later as Bojan Bogdanovic goes to Detroit for Kelly Olynyk and Saban Lee. You go from Salt Lake City to Detroit.
And that news got buried quick.
Because what a busy day for Woj. As a matter of fact, I didn't even look at this. This is interesting. So at 6:34 this morning, Woj reported that the Pistons deal had been agreed to. Literally 3 minutes later, the Ime Udoka news broke. You may have seen this yesterday. That, by the way, Woj's first tweets about it. Ime Udoka is facing possible disciplinary action, including a significant suspension for an unspecified violation of organizational guidelines.
Yeah, it was kind of cryptic there.
Yeah,
at first.
And you know what? You know what never happens is when something like that comes out that's cryptic, nobody ever begins to guess. So the amount of things I read,
very rational,
Ime Udoka was possibly guilty of, yeah. Then it comes out that he had a consensual but improper, I guess, via employee guidelines and all that, organization guidelines relationship with a female staff member. Then finally, he is likely facing a suspension for the entire 22-23 season for his role in that relationship. Assistant coach Joe Mazzulla likely to become the new interim coach. So that's breaking news number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, we would be spending much of the show today talking about yesterday's breaking news, which happened shortly after we got off the air, which was Robert Sarver, as we and many others had long speculated since this whole suspension thing came out, had announced that he was going to sell both the Suns and the Phoenix Mercury and open up the bidding. He's suspended already for a year and it sounds like I would very much imagine the sale will be completed long before he would have been eligible to return. So he has governed his last days.
Yes.
It's a good ending in the sense that he just couldn't come back. But let's also be clear. He did all this like crappy stuff and beyond crappy stuff and racist stuff, and he's gonna, get like $3 billion.
Right.
Like I do not feel bad for Robert Sarver in any way, shape.
It's hard not to feel like he's getting rewarded.
Right, kind of.
I know there's a lot of public shame and all that, but it's not completely empty-handed, let's just say.
No. And I don't know. It's his statements. You can just tell this guy's a ween. Like, as if you didn't already know.
You were going to tell me about that statement. I did not see that.
Words I deeply regret now overshadow nearly 2 decades of building organizations that brought people together and strengthened the Phoenix area through the unifying power of professional men's and women's basketball. Okay, already we're passively aggressively coming out and leading with, dude, I've done so much great stuff.
Yeah. What about all the good stuff
I've
done?
Yeah. I deeply regret this thing I did, these several things I did, but you know what? It's overshadowing this amazing stuff I did. As a man of faith, I believe in atonement and the path to forgiveness. I expected that the commissioner's 1-year suspension would provide the time for me to focus, make amends, and remove my personal controversy from the teams that I and so many fans love. So again, translation, I'm a man of faith, which I don't have any idea what that means here, but
it's supposed to soften the blow.
It softens it.
Yeah.
He believes in being able to atone for his sins, maybe. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll buy that. But then the whole, I expected the commissioners went. I thought that the suspension would take care of this, and it hasn't, and that's weird, and I don't like it, and it's stupid. That's how I would translate that. Here we go. But in our current unforgiving climate, it has become painfully clear that is no longer possible. The climate.
So he's blaming climate change.
Yes, he is. Also lives in Phoenix, so, it's hot there. Whatever good I have done or could still do is outweighed by things I have said in the past. For that reason, I am beginning the process of seeking buyers for the Suns and the Mercury. Listen, I don't care. He's gonna sell, and that's fine. And I also don't want to. I don't want to overly pearl clutch because I know we have audiences of all shapes and sizes out there, and I don't want to virtue signal. Like, okay, yeah, he didn't murder anyone. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Didn't murder anyone. Didn't any of those horrific things. All right, but like, you don't have to murder somebody to. Do I want him like thrown in jail and death penalty? No, Robert Sarver is gonna be just fine.
Yeah. Just those ramifications.
Yeah, there's ramifications when you become a person of power, whether it's rich power, whether it's athlete power, a combination of both, celebrity, but whatever it is. You have this sense of Superman. That's fine. And why? It's well earned because generally your money, your power, your fame, whatever it may be, it gets you out of things. It gets you out of, you have a privilege and beyond a white privilege, you have a privilege. Everybody who has money, everybody who has fame, there is a sense of privilege there that at times you will take advantage of. Well, it could be something as stupid as you get 20 boxes of shoes a week from the shoe company and you keep the 5 you like and get rid of the rest. I mean, that's whatever. It's more of a perk than anything else. But in Sarver's case, and so many like him, you're surrounded by people on your payroll. Their job is to basically tell you how amazing and awesome and smart you are. And you begin to believe it. And you also believe that people don't understand. You're the one who's built the business. You're the billionaire. You own these teams, and nobody can tell you anything. In fact, it's your job to tell them things. Jason, I don't know if through your experience, whether it's fatherhood or unclehood or whatever it may be, but I think everybody has been confronted with a child, and generally for me, it's somebody else's kid, where you can tell that they've never been told no before.
Yeah.
And they give you this look like, it's almost like you're speaking a different, like, whatever do you mean?
Yeah.
No. And you can tell the parents have never said that.
Right. This is not how this works for me.
What I want this thing to go this way.
So I get this thing to go this way.
End of story.
Right.
That's Robert Sarver. Yeah. That's what this statement is, and that's what everything. He is not used to accountability or ramification. Yes, you have Robert Sarver has the right to say the N-word.
He does.
It's just a fact. He has the right.
That's the rights we're given. Now there are ramifications, like we said, the consequences.
There are ramifications. Exactly. You have the right to free. There is freedom of speech. There's not freedom of consequences. So Robert Sarver, like Donald Sterling, will. And whoever the guy wasn't it? We just forget. Didn't the owner of the Carolina Panthers? Am I getting that right? I thought he had to sell or something.
Yes,
something happened there. That
Richardson, maybe.
Yeah, and then the Texans. What am I thinking? Cal McNair.
Something happened with him as well.
Yeah. So there's only all these. There's a handful of examples, but he's gone.
Yes.
And good, because it wasn't going to work out. And honestly, he took a lot of crap. I'm just going to continue, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's earned, in my eyes, he has earned the benefit of the doubt. And he has earned the conspiracy theory. I'm going to tip my cap to Adam Silver. I think Adam Sandler. I think these are two far different things, Jason. But I think a guy like Commissioner Monahan in the PGA Tour could learn a lot from Adam Silver. I think Adam Silver played the chessboard perfectly. He understood his limitations. He said what he had to say. He knew he was going to be a bullet sponge for this whole thing. He knew it, and he was. And you mentioned in your meetings, he even said, I disagree with him. I think he did great.
Yeah.
And I think he let nature take its course, and it did. And Robert Sarver, what was it? Less than 2 weeks? He's gone.
Yeah.
Or he's going to be gone.
Yeah. And he said, part of maybe, I think one of his regrets, this is Adam Silver speaking to us, the media, in a broadcasting meeting, said maybe his one take back, not necessarily what he said, maybe it's how he said it, but also the fact that he tries to be very transparent. But once he put it out there, now it's for everyone to judge.
Yeah.
And if you're not hitting on exactly the right wording that you want to say, now ultimately, I think they got to the point that I think he believed they would get to, but he literally could not remove him. He could not.
No.
Now he could then have taken it to all the owners and have gone to that vote part. But I think to your point, he kind of played it this way, and it's like it's gonna take care of itself.
I think he played it perfectly, and work's not done in Phoenix. By the way, they've still got a lot of work to reestablish credibility in that workplace. We'll take a break. The countdown to Kings basketball continues. Let's ask this question: who's getting the 2 spot? We'll look at that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports 1140. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people that play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf.
It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa.
Every week on Sactown Sports 1140. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility, and Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality, and Safe Credit Union. Let us put you first.
There is beauty and there's uncomfort in owning an older home. The craftsmanship back then, the way they were built, the character, all have their positives. Now, on the other side, older homes need some love and some tenderness, and in our case, some help. Jason Ross here to tell you about the help we're getting thanks to ACR Solar. Now, you hear solar, and you know what? Yes, they do solar, but after years and years of living at our house, the time has come to get a new roof. Our old roof has done its job, but it is done. It's tired, and it looks it. So after doing the proper research and talking with several roofing companies, we landed on ACR Solar. They stood out from the first visit when Joe, their roofing expert, came out and shared his knowledge. We knew at that moment we were at ease because we were in good hands. Also, after our conversations with John, the owner of ACR Solar, that just confirmed what my wife and I already knew, that ACR Solar was the right choice for us. So we're so excited to begin our journey with ACR Solar. We're going to have a beautiful new roof, become more energy efficient, and have the peace of mind we're looking for. ACR Solar, 916-481-2700, or you can visit them at acrsolar.com.
Got a take?
Make sure it's a hot one.
Take a shot right now. Call or text at 916-339-1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Super glad. You know, there's a rule in radio. You've always got a hot mic. No, we're not.
Whoops.
Jason and I are having in-depth conversations this morning about literally
life.
Nowhere near anything that we've spoken about today.
No.
Most of the time, we'll carry a conversation on the air. Nope.
Not this one.
Nope. So, Kings basketball is 11 days away. As a matter of fact, I just got my credential
nice
confirmation.
You're official.
I am officially part of, I officially have a credential to the Kings games. Do you remember the 21st day of September?
I do.
Do you also remember, and this is not an old joke because I'm right behind you. Do you remember the first credential you got? And do you remember if you had like a special feeling, or is it honestly?
I'm sure I did, but it's faded, which is sad.
Same here.
Yeah, I don't remember the first one, but what's weird now is I think I still have a picture that the Kings used when I was like 25.
Well,
like, who's that guy?
Okay, but we all do that trick. At this point, you hit a certain age where you're holding on to your old pictures.
Yes.
And using those.
Well, I didn't ask them to. Like every time I'm like, wow. I'm like, yes, I had hair. I was different, whatever. But it's like, okay, we can update it a little bit.
And I can't remember. Were they paper when we first? Have they always been plastic?
I feel like they have been. Sometimes you get if it's when we go on the road, you're visiting, you don't get one with a picture. Yeah.
I have a box somewhere that has almost every.
I used to save them, and then I'm like, I don't know what I needed to do something with them, and since I never did the something, I'm like,
I was gonna make a big frame and just put them all.
That's
in
cool.
There. But then, but then I was like, is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that aside, we have Kings preseason basketball in 11 days. Hey, that's a week and 4 days.
Yes.
By the way,
good work.
Who's going to be the starting two guard? I don't know if that's the number one question, but it's top four. Who's going to start at two?
Okay, well, I think we have to put all four, and I feel like four candidates. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay, I want you to list them, and before you list them, I want to tell you that I know for a fact who it's going to be.
You know who the starter is?
For a fact.
Okay.
For a fact.
I think I know who you're going to pick. I'm going to write them down over here.
Okay.
But I'm going to list who I think the four candidates should be.
Okay.
Malik Monk.
Correct. Agree.
Kevin Huerter.
Correct. Agree.
Davion Mitchell.
Uh-huh.
And Terrence Davis, right? Yep. Those are the four. I mean, can Moore play the position? Yes. But I feel like those are your four candidates. Some would say, well, you can't have Davion Mitchell there. He's backing up De'Aaron. Well, if you want to get better defensively, there's by the way, broadcast meetings. Kings didn't get a lot of attention, but they were talking about some new we had a stats breakdown, which was pretty cool from the stats crew at NBAstats.com or NBA.com. and they're trying to do a lot more defensive box scores.
Sure.
And, okay, for example, Carmichael Dave, in your 18 minutes of play, who you guarded, how was your defensive efficiency? I mean, literally, it's like, when you guarded Steph Curry, he was 1 of 9. Wow.
Right.
In your 13 minutes of the 18. I mean, it gets into that minutia.
Wow.
But when they started to put up some individual stuff, like, hey, Davion Mitchell showed up on that graphic.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so they put some stuff up. Davion was number 1 in guarding. He was most commonly guarding the guy with the ball in the games and was like 3rd rated or something along those lines. I can't remember the exact graphic. But anyway, I think he should be considered, and then Terrence Davis.
I think it would be interesting. I worry about the height with Davion Mitchell.
Sure, I get it. There's flaws there, but
I do predict that by maybe midseason, maybe a little bit later, but somewhere in that neighborhood, and could be. I predict that by the end of the year, when we go back and we do what were the biggest story, and I can't predict injuries or people getting angry or fighting or whatever, but I will say Davion Mitchell has to be in the starting lineup is going to be one of the biggest stories we look back on and talk about. I really do think that's going to be huge. That being said,
I'm guessing he's not your starter. Not in this. It's not you. Is this what you think the team's doing?
This is what I think the team is.
Okay.
I am 100% convinced Malik Monk will start. And
I had it wrong.
That's not like you had Huerter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's who I thought you would say.
Well, Huerter makes, $5 million more than Monk. I just really think they're going to want to put Fox and Monk in the backcourt. I do. And
because
I think you've got that Kentucky connection, because I think it's going to make Fox comfortable. I think not that. And by the way, please don't, not you, but people listening, please don't take me out of context. I'm not trying to say that he would be comfortable with Kevin Huerter. They might be fast friends. They might be best friends. I don't know. But De'Aaron Fox, every player has every team has stars, and every team wants to make those stars happy. And by the way, it may also be the best basketball move too, but I think coming out of the box, the idea of Fox and Monk playing in the backcourt, that's probably something they've talked about for a long, long time. They did it at Kentucky. Fox has already said, without really going into tampering or anything, that, he definitely was a big fan of Monk signing here. They're incredibly close. I just have a very tough time believing they're not going to come out of the gate with a Fox Monk backcourt. Okay. I really, 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 really do. And when it comes to Kevin Huerter, he's 6'7".
Yeah. That makes you a lot bigger.
And I honestly think when it's all said and done, I think the bigger question is not, to me, honestly, the question I'm thinking about more is not who's going to start at the 2. I think it's going to be Malik Monk. I think it's how long is Harrison Barnes going to start at the 3.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
I can absolutely see Kevin Huerter sliding over there. I really could.
I get there is a difference here in size between Monk and Mitchell, but Monk would also be a smaller too.
Yes, he would.
Is he 6'3", listed 6?
Oh, Monk. I think.
I mean, he's not
so.
small, but
no.
A lot of times your 2 can be 6'6", 6'7", even.
He's 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, part of me also was just hearing this voice out there going, Mike Brown wants defense.
Well,
I don't think there's a debate right now that Mitchell's the best defending guard.
I agree.
So
I agree.
And then we're also back to, what if, to your point, Monk starts, but Mitchell plays more minutes, or whatever, who closes. Starting's a bit overrated, but that's kind of how you set the tempo of games. And there's some status and whatever. There's ego. That's,
sure.
I know if I was playing and every night I heard Scott Moak say my name and I'm starting, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when you're like, wait, I'm not playing at the end of the game. I wish I was playing, but at the beginning of the game, I always hear my name. So there's some status to that too.
I think the way Davion Mitchell finished out the year last year, where his offense seemed to catch up a lot more to his defense, made it turned a lot of heads. He was an older rookie. We already knew that. And by the way, so is Keegan Murray. Murray is 2 years in a row. We've had older, air quotes, older rookies. It's another reason why I think that it's I shouldn't say make or break year for De'Aaron Fox, because if things don't go, nobody's breaking De'Aaron Fox. I do believe it's a make or break year for the Kings and De'Aaron Fox, because if there's another year without playoffs, if there's another year where, God forbid, De'Aaron has either a slow start or a slow finish, and if Davion Mitchell, as I believe he will continues to thrive and excel offensively, in addition to his defense, there's going to be a lot of loud voices saying, well, hold on a second. Davion Mitchell's making nothing, on rookie scale, and are the Kings better with him at point guard?
Is there, I omitted him not by for a reason, only because I forgot. Is it Bazemore? Any chance? I don't think so, but I wanted to put his name out there.
I think Ken Bazemore is on the bubble of making the team.
Yeah.
That's he's on he and Matthew Dellavedova,
Cook.
Cook. Yeah, you got that tier. But it's a good problem to have. But it's also, let's be clear, you have a number of average to slightly above average, at least on paper, options too.
You'd rather go, this is our 2, clear cut. We've got one of the top 10 2s in the league. They do not have that right now.
I completely agree. All right, let's take a break. We'll get a first look next at the Niners and Broncos coming up this weekend, and some family ties, not those types of family ties, but you get it next.
You want Kings talk?
I'm a diehard Kings fan.
There's nowhere else you need to go but here.
Kings games, Kings interviews, Kings breaking news, Kings coverage. Nobody has it all but us. Sactown Sports, your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the San Diego Tourism Authority.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and it's going to be a sunny and warm day today. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a forecast high in Sacramento of 85 degrees. We'll also have a light north wind anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
When you're happy and you know it in San Diego, there's no limit to how you can show it. Endless sunshine, coastline, and outdoor adventures inspire waves of feel-good vibes. Plan your trip today at sandiego.org. That's sandiego.org.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at last year's Elk Grove Dodge. Vince, I suppose you're wearing your big guy football jersey because, well, it's football season.
That's right.
And you're number 60, which is significant because...
Because for over 60 years, the name Lasher means a great deal.
Then you must have a great play in mind for Ram Power Days.
I do, on Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
All I can say is you better be going deep with the discount.
I'm going all the way to the red zone.
The red zone?
Save $11,000 off MSRP and over 35 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
$11,000 off Ram 1500 Bighorns? That sure beats the competition, Vince.
I know. I'll say it again during Ram Power Days at Elk Grove Dodge. Save $11,000 off MSRP on over 35 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Includes $5,500 in California National Chrysler Capital Conquest and select inventory retail bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital OAC and have qualified vehicle for at least 30 days. Sampled in 420627 ends 10/3/22.
Contractors, homeowners, and business owners, if you want to save big on DeWalt, come check out Fastener's Tool Outlet for the biggest DeWalt sale of the year. This Saturday from 9 to 3. Enjoy huge savings on cordless power tools, batteries, outdoor power equipment, hand tools, power tool accessories, and much more. Grab a cordless lawnmower kit for just $149. DeWalt reps will be on site with tool demos and free merch. Come check it out at Fastener's Tool Outlet this Saturday from 9 to 3, 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or online at fastenersinc.net.
Hey, it's Carmichael Day for my good friends at American Energy, and you know now's the time to replace your system, and you can get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation, 0% financing, and payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Offer expires September 30th. Don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, your second opinion partner.
Let West Coast Car Audio of Galt and Stockton help you beat the heat this summer. How, you ask? How about tinting your entire car for only $79? Offer valid at Galt and Stockton locations only. Get your entire car tinted for only $79 at West Coast Car Audio of Galt and Stockton. Don't need tint? No problem. West Coast Car Audio and Tint wants to help you save money with amazing deals on alarms, car, boat, and ATV stereos and more. The new Galt location of West Coast Car Audio also does paint protection film. Plus, they do ceramic car coating starting at only $299. Give the experts at West Coast Car Audio and Tint of Galt and Stockton a call today, or come check them out in person.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
MVP's bonus days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a special BOGO offer from Bosch. Buy a select Bosch 18-volt bare tool. Get a battery free. Shop savings on all of our top pro items. Plus, MVPs earn up to 3 times bonus points on select products. Join today and redeem points for products designed to level up your business. Don't miss MVP's bonus days, happening now at Lowe's. Pricing and offers subject to change at any time. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 9/23.
Billy Currington is coming back to Sac with Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park too. And he's bringing some friends, Russell Dickerson, and more. September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Tickets are just $35, so get yours before they sell out. Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Brought to you by Boot Barn, Attic Man Heating and Air, and the Gonzalez Law Office. Get your tickets and details at SactownSports.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka is facing a significant suspension for his role in a consensual, intimate relationship with a woman who is a member of the franchise's staff. The relationship was considered a violation of the organization's guidelines, and internal discussions have included scenarios that would keep Udoka out for the entirety of the 2022-23 season, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Robert Sarver announced yesterday that he has begun the process to sell both the NBA's Phoenix Suns and WNBA's Phoenix Mercury franchises. Sarver was suspended 1 year and fined $10 million last week after an NBA investigation found that he used the N-word at least 5 times, quote, when recounting the statements of others. Sarver was also involved in instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Both Bay Area baseball teams found success on the field last night as the Giants beat the Rockies 6-1 behind 5 1/3 shutout innings from Rockland's Logan Webb, and the A's beat the Mariners for the second straight evening.
And now the 3-2 delivery is swung on and missed. Once again, Acevedo does the job. And tonight, the final score is A's 2 and the Mariners 1.
The A's will go for the sweep this afternoon in Oakland. Coverage begins at 11:37 on Sactown Sports. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The 94th most popular celebrity from Carmichael
How popular do you want to be?
meets a Celtics broadcasting legend.
Celtics are going to go for the win. Everybody here at Golden One Center on their feet.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports, 1140.
Couple items to get to real quick. Number one, you wanted me to come up with the NBA Jam Duo power rankings for this season's NBA teams.
Box of bonus number 1.
Yeah. And NBA Jam, by the way, tastes great with peanut butter. If you toast the bread, it's just amazing.
Actually, a peanut butter sandwich playing NBA Jam's really good together. We'll do that tomorrow. That's a tease.
Oh, so you couldn't do the research, huh?
No, I did the research. I have it.
Oh, now I want to know.
Oh, you'll find out tomorrow.
You said a couple of things.
Yes, and then Sage Rosenfels, former NFL quarterback, has won Twitter this morning.
Oh.
Sage tweeted out, since retirement, I've been lucky to avoid stealing millions of dollars from the poorest people in my state. But wait, there's more.
Oh.
He retweets himself. Of course, this is partially because I had already stolen millions from the richest people in our country.
Well done, Sage.
Sage!
Back to you.
Wow.
Done.
I mean, honestly, how can you hate on that? As we go around football, a couple of things. I want to get to the Niners real quick. But my adopted favorite NFL player that's not a 49er this year is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He's killing it.
He is. I love him so much. And he's one of those, he's a Draymond Green type. And what I mean by that is he knows everybody picked ahead of him. If you've ever heard Draymond Green talk, he knows he was a second rounder.
Right.
Draymond knows everybody picked ahead of him, and he keeps it as a chip on his shoulder. Well, so is Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he doesn't hide it, and he was not just throwing shade. He had a big wheelbarrow of shade for one of the guys picked ahead of him.
For me, I just go out there and do what I do. You know, the draft, it is what it is. Like, I mean, even the Commanders, they got a guy before me over there. I believe his name is De'Ami Brown. I don't know how many catches he had. You guys can probably tell me that, or how many yards he had, but I don't forget things like that. You know, I see him across the sideline from where I'm standing during the game, and every team that I'm going to give every team hell.
I mean, you honestly were watching Miami a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I didn't see him in the game much.
Wow. He knew exactly what De'Ami Brown did or didn't do. He 100% knew that. By the way, I'm looking at the box score right now. I don't see anything from Davion Brown at all last week, which is fine. Now, here's the thing. Amon-Ra St. Brown had not 15 players selected ahead of him. He had 15 wide receivers selected ahead of him. Amon-Ra St. Brown, out of all of them, he was the 112th pick. He ranks second in catches so far, third in receiving yards so far, and third, one behind in touchdowns. And let's remember, Amon-Ra St. Brown really came on at the end of it. He had like a half a season.
Oh, yeah, the back end of last year was great.
Was insane, and he just hasn't stopped. We're talking about a draft that has Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, those are your top three that we're taking, and they've been great and better than great. But Amon-Ra St. Brown is 100%, I think, a budding superstar in the NFL. Yes. You remember Trent Dilfer, Super Bowl champion Trent Dilfer. He had some comments that I did not like about Trey Lance.
I'm bummed for Trey. I think this could be a career record, to be honest with you. So this will be now his third year without playing significant snaps. Less than 1,500 attempts as a college player, it very rarely works out in your favor in the NFL. I was willing to take that chance for Trey because I figured his ability to run the ball would be kind of the balancing that to give him a longer leash in the NFL to play more snaps. This could be, I hope not. I love the kid, but this could be catastrophic for Trey Lance.
I mean, he could be right. That's a could. So I mean, I don't know. I know what I want. I don't want that to be, and that's awful. I mean, I know I missed the beginning part of this week. I'm sure you had strong reactions to that. It's just sick watching that game.
Yeah, it was not
sickening.
I was at a sports bar in Arizona, sitting there eating onion rings.
Yeah,
looked up and went, "Oh my god."
Yeah, and it was really weird. I mean, I remember seeing it live, and you're like, "Okay, oh wow, it's Trey that's hurt," and then they just went to commercial so quickly, and you felt like something was up. But then when you get air cast and people around, I'm like, "Oh no, really?" Just awful.
Here's the thing. I didn't like the Trent Dilfer comments because obviously I'm rooting for Trey Lance. I also don't like that type of commenting. And you caught it. Okay. It could be a career record.
Sure.
It could also be a career launcher.
Could.
It could be
a Hall of Famer.
A Hall of Famer. It could be what vaults him into Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess to a lesser extent, Ben Simmons, Blake Griffin. And I know I'm talking just basketball players, but there's a lot of athletes, enough to make a sample size, that have started out their career slow. We still don't know what Jordan Love is with the Packers, but I'm old enough to remember a lot of people wondering, well, actually, a lot of people not caring enough to wonder about that Aaron Rodgers guy.
Yeah. I would guess on the comment again. Now I'm going to the guessing part. I don't think the ankle would keep him from reaching heights. The pass attempts and the limited experience, I think, was a concern coming into this year. So it would be next year too. If he's healthy and they say you are still our quarterback, we're back at this spot where it's like, well, the team's probably good. They think he's good. He hasn't proven that yet.
I think that's the more salient point is what Trent did do was connect his
college attempts to pro. Yeah.
Lack of experience in college.
Absolutely.
Really.
I think that's fair.
I think that's 100% fair. And I think that's something, by the way, that was on the tips of our tongues, all of our tongues, before the injury happened.
Correct.
At some point, you have to have real experience. Now, that being said.
Right.
Do we need to go down the list of NFL players that have, and by NFL players, we can also be more specific and talk about NFL quarterbacks like Elway, Manning, Aikman, and seriously, 500 more probably. Well, okay, 50 more. That started out horribly, 1, 2, 3 years into their career, and then somehow were awesome. The difference, and I get it, is that for example, Aikman and Manning, two of the most recent examples, they're surrounded by crap teams.
Yeah.
Trey Lance is surrounded by a very, very, one of the best teams in the NFL, but you still acclimate. Not everybody. I think the problem is people come in like Patrick Mahomes and you're like, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You've got the quarterback whisperer, Andy Reid, the Walrus. You've got the Tyreek Hills of the world, and at the time, Kareem Hunt running back, and a great line, that was a very great team. And yes, if Patrick Mahomes, the rookie, was on this 49er team, or should I say almost a rookie, it was his second year, I'm sure he'd be just as tremendous as he was with the Chiefs. But that's the exception, not the rule.
Right.
Like Trevor Lawrence has been garbage, wins and losses wise, numbers wise. And you know what? They're building, and you know that there's talent there.
Yeah.
He was the number one pick in the draft. So then there's part of me that goes, okay, obviously I worry about the injury, but it's like throwing in the towel on Trey Lance this soon.
Oh, way too soon. But I can't wait, and I hope we get there. We're not there now. I was hoping we would get to this spot, maybe even this season, where Trey Lance, it's not every game that we go, I'm not sure if he's the quarterback of the future, because he was 8 of 19 for 110 and a pick. Oh, this week, wow, he actually looked great. He ran for 50, threw for 245, 3 touchdowns, the game-winning score. Yep. He's the quarterback of the future. Like the other quarterbacks that have established themselves can have a bad game, can have a bad month.
Yes.
They're not like, they need to bench Aaron Rodgers. Now, again, completely different spectrums.
Sure.
But there are other quarterbacks that have established that, and Trey Lance has not, and hopefully he will someday.
From the 209, can we just start calling him Armor All St. Brown because the dude's so polished? Now, I appreciate the humor there, but let me just real quick, in case you wondered, as we go to break. Amun-Ra was the chief of the Egyptian gods, dude. Okay, he created the universe. He was the god of sun and light, and he traveled across the sky every day in a burning boat.
Sounds like you're suggesting that's bigger and better than Armor All.
I don't know. Armor All shines up a car pretty good.
Yeah. You seen that shine?
Yeah,
I get it. And
on the tires.
Maybe he used Armor All on the tires in his burning boat. You're on a burning boat, dude. You just created the universe. Yo, burning boat, second best way to travel across the country.
What's the best?
Oh, I'd say a Hoblet Dodge, to be honest with you. Talk to Chad Hoblet at Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram all the time. Thank you, Jay, in Woodland. And Chad, I asked, yeah, it's just 5 miles, 5 minutes from the airport, dude. Right there. It's right there. Why would you go there when the Fulton Avenue and Roseville and whatever is so much closer? Why? Why do people do that? Because of the deals. Because of the true pricing policy, where the price you see is the price you pay. Think about Jason being back as he's doing the dance, and it's just now he's sliding around on his chair, and a Hoblet is going to get a freebie here. No, they're not. I'm gonna save the whole thing, Jason. You can't stop me. You can only hope to contain me. Listen, they have one of the largest selections of new Ram trucks in California because they're the #1 HD Ram truck dealer in California. Or, let the customers do the deal. Let them go to Yelp. Let them go to Google. Read that. They'll tell you. What do they say? Yes, they say unga, 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 which means go see for yourself why Hoblet Dodge is your small town dealer with big city selections and savings. Go get treated like family instead of a sucker. With Hoblet's true pricing with no dealer markups, add-ons, or hidden fees. Go by Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. See their full selection with the true pricing at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. When we come back, news and notes, celebrity birthdays. Jason's back. It's a real celebrity birthdays. Next.
Your home for the most comprehensive 49ers coverage.
Debo, Bosa, to our very own Armstead.
The 49ers Authority, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael, Dave. It's amazing how the housing market has shifted so quickly over the last few months, and having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. Of course, it's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. You can check him out at refinancewithshelby.com. Shelby's team, well known in the real estate market, from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. That makes all the difference. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front so you can compete with the cash offers. They're local, fast, and competitive. Even with rates rising slightly from their record lows, there's been an increase in inventory. The market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. The team at United Wholesale Lending can pre-approve you over the phone in under 15 minutes without even running your credit. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051, BRE number 01864354.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Flex. It's a better way to watch. Well, a player to keep an eye on over the season's final 2 weeks would be A's infielder Jordan Diaz. He was called up to the big leagues on Sunday and delivered his first major league hit, a line drive to right center in the 7th inning. Earlier this year, when he made the move from AA to AAA, he became one of the youngest players in the Coast League. And combined between the two levels, he batted .326 with 19 homers and 83 RBI. Now batting, Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with incredibly fast and powerful supersonic Wi-Fi with 3 times more bandwidth that covers all the bases and then some. And strike out billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you safe at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity, proud partner of the Oakland A's. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The calendar might tell you it's fall, but at Premier Pools and Spas, summers are endless. The huge Endless Summer Sale event at Premier Pools and Spas is back. This weekend only save thousands on your new pool. Join the party this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Rancho Cordova showroom and enjoy catered tacos, a bounce house, face painting, and gifts for the kids. Get next year's pool at this year's price, plus extra savings. If you're like us and too excited to wait till the weekend, call Premier Pools to schedule your free design appointment today.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, believing in a better customer experience since 1981. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Oh, who's hot?
Oh!
Very well done, you two.
Thank you.
Very well done. I'd be those New York Yankees.
Yay! Say it twice.
Giancarlo Stanton hit a walk-off grand slam.
Like 40 feet, literally like 40 feet in the air, according to Next Gen. Yeah.
Hold on, I need to turn this Q speaker down because you're coming in here.
Yeah.
Let's turn that all
down.
There we go. That's better for me. Okay, so yeah, Giancarlo Stanton hit a walk-off grand slam Tuesday night.
Yeah, he did.
And then Oswaldo Cabrera hit a first inning grand slam yesterday.
No, he didn't. Wait, yes, he did.
Pitch. Swung on and in the air to deep right. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's another grand slam.
Oh.
According to our good buddy Elias,
Elias,
the Yankees are the first team in MLB history to follow a walk-off grand slam with one in the first inning of the next game.
Who's your favorite team? The Yankees.
Yeah.
Who's not?
Wait, Kim, before you, because this has to do with what you're saying. This also happened. Like, there's been some pretty, crazy things that have happened. Here's Gleyber Torres.
The pitch is swung on, drilled to right field. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. It's Gleyber Day. Gleyber homers into the right field seats. And like a good Gleyber, Torres is there.
Okay, that's like the best John Sterling call.
I agree with you.
You guys like that
I'm
one.
here for it's our humor. It really is our humor.
It's perfect. It was a great
Judgian blast.
No,
it's stupid.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I'm
dumb.
agreed with Dave. That is so.
You know
dumb.
what? And I would rather him make that call than just say nothing and Gleyber out after the home run. Lay out, but
I got you. I got it.
But then, okay, I'm sorry, it's not stupid. Jason's still staring at me. He's very angry. It's not stupid. It's just not as good as. Come on, Glaber Day. Like a good Glaber. Come on.
Torres is there.
Also, same inning, by the way.
What?
Swung on and hit in the air to deep left. Zielinski back on the track at the wall. She's gone. Another home run for Torres. 2 in 1 inning. It's a 3-run home run. My goodness.
Okay, but like a good Glaber, you got an opening there. All I'm saying is this: imagine if you were staying in New York. Like I know you were there for but imagine, because isn't this? Yeah, it is. Imagine if you were like, I can only go to 2 games. We're going there this weekend.
Right.
We're just going to hit 2 games. And you see Judge's home runs. You see the walk-off from Stanton. You see the opening grand slam. And then you see 2 home runs from the same guy in 1 inning. What a great time to be at Yankee Stadium.
Swung his light Glaber.
Who's not?
The Redbirds.
You.
What are you talking about? That was great.
That was go.
After yesterday's loss to the Padres, the Cardinals have now been shut out in 3 straight games. For the first time since 2015.
Oh, jeez.
They have just 9 hits over this span.
Where's Al Pujols?
Well, he broke up a no-hitter yesterday. They're the first team with 0 runs and 9 or fewer hits over a 3-game span since the 1995 Detroit Tigers.
In 95. Redbirds. Hey, more like red turds the way they've been playing.
That actually works.
Like a good Glaber. It's news and notes. And
Stand by on this frequency.
It's time for the news of the day.
Thank you for ruining the show and dropping a steamer on my journalistic integrity.
Today's important headlines, intelligent analysis, hard-hitting interviews.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh my God, I love those guys.
we talked earlier about. Sorry, I was waiting for you to fade it. It's really loud.
It's getting louder.
It's actually. Am I back at the Roger Waters concert? It is very loud. Baywatch on this day in 1989 premiered. Pam Anderson, Yasmin Bleeth, Alexandra Paul. Oh, by the way, David Hasselhoff. Right? Gotta be honest, man. Never, ever really got into Baywatch.
Oh, I loved Baywatch.
Did you love it for like the show, or did you love it for, the show?
It was Jaywatch.
Hey.
I was, between about 10 and 15 years old, and boobs.
Yeah.
I thought it was for the Hoff.
Nah, really good storylines.
Plot?
Oh, love the plot.
Chat, did you read it for the articles?
Yes.
Yeah. There's like a whole generation of people, too, that think of David Hasselhoff as whatever the hell his name was on Baywatch.
Mitch Buchanan.
Yeah, Mitch Buchanan.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You had it that fast?
Yeah. That's
Dude,
what I'm talking about.
Listen.
Okay.
Pamela Anderson was CJ Parker.
Mitch Buchanan. More like, here's my thing. He's Michael Knight.
Yeah.
He's Mitch Buchanan. Baywatch was on longer.
Baywatch
is a
role.
more successful show than Knight Rider.
See, if you say it's Knight Rider, then it's got to be Alex B. Keaton, because that's what got him started.
But again, Mitch Buchanan on TV longer.
I didn't even know that was his name.
Yeah, exactly. And he's stupid.
Yasmin Bleeth, Caroline Holden, her sister Stephanie Holden.
Wow.
You guys don't know this stuff?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
You studied it a lot at 10
Mitch
years
Buchanan's son, Hobie.
Hobie?
Hobie.
But wasn't Baywatch successful? Baywatch was not successful because of David Hasselhoff.
Germany would disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Germany, though. And guess
Hasselhoff.
what? They're wrong a lot. Check your history. Here's my thing.
Wow.
Oh, whoa.
Just saying, don't bring up Germany when you're trying to lay out TV shows or likings of anything. Also, here's another thing: German cuisine. Name it. Go. Best things about German cuisine.
Beer.
Food.
Beer's a food.
Like England and Germany have like the worst, like brats, right?
Brats are amazing.
Schnitzel. Then what?
Duck fat fries.
That's not a German. That's
How do you know that?
German chocolate cake.
Okay, that's number one.
The brat's better than JC cake or GC cake.
I'm gonna say it right now. Germany sucks. And
wow.
I'm just saying it.
Jason, aren't you majority German?
Sure.
So am I.
No, you're not.
I 100% am
No.
majority German. Yes.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, I. Oh, yes.
My real
sir.
last name is Rasselhoff.
By the way,
David's nephew.
it ran from 91 to 2001. That's what I've been looking.
I'm trying to tell you, Baywatch was a more successful show.
Baywatch.
Mitch.
No Knight Rider.
Yeah, I'm sorry. People preferred Pam Anderson over Kit.
Yeah, it was successful because of Pam Anderson, not David.
She wasn't even on it that long.
But by the way, guarantee you more people will know the Knight Rider theme.
Are you? No, you're tripping.
What's the Baywatch theme?
Some people run from the darkness. No, Baywatch seems iconic. Hey, more successful movie made later on, Knight Rider or Baywatch?
Knight Rider, 1,000%.
Oh, that's right, because The Rock was in Knight Rider. Totally forgot.
Knight Rider grossed $428 million in the box office.
It did not.
All right, so that's that.
David Hasselhoff was in SpongeBob as a Baywatch guy.
Poor SpongeBob.
Or Patrick.
And finally, before we get to our national days, I know we're laughing, we're joking.
National
and all that.
Hasselhoff Day.
Yes, every day.
On this day, 160 years ago, Abraham Lincoln proclaimed something. Oh, yes, the Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh, I was going to go, I am not a crook.
Well, that's the wrong president.
He had a dream.
What? No, 160 years ago today.
I did not sleep with that woman.
Guys are idiots.
I think Jay might be right on that one.
The Baywatch?
No, the last one. The last famous quote from Abe.
I don't think that was the last one.
Oh, I know. Fake news.
And finally, before we get to celebrity birthdays, it's National States and Capitals Day. Hey, enjoy your states and capitals. We live in one.
Name all 50. Go.
I will do that after the show. In the meantime, celebrity birthdays.
Take that off the air. Celebrity birthdays. Happy birthday today on this, what is it, September 22nd? First day of fall.
First day of fall.
I'm not sure if the Blackhearts are celebrating, but Joan Jett is.
Yeah.
How old is Joan Jett?
Joan Jett is celebrating. She hates herself for loving me at 72.
Joan Jett's 69.
64 for Joan Jett.
Wow, that's a lot younger than I thought.
I
mean, honestly, she hasn't aged either.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, she hasn't
She's
aged.
aged.
I don't think she's aged.
Happy birthday to Charles in Charge, Joni Loves Chachi, Scott Baio. It's not. It's just birthday guessing. Not comments.
It's such a.
Such a what? Chachi.
Such a chachi. Oh God, Joan Jett has AIDS. Never mind. As we all do.
Yes.
As we all do. Why was I thinking? Why? Every time I think of, I'll get back to this, but. Does anybody else do this? Anytime I think of Joan Jett, I think of Elvira.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, thank you. I thought it was weird.
No.
Is Elvira still with us?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Is she?
Yes, still very perky as well.
All right. Good personality. Elvira is she's not.
Scott Baio.
Scott Baio is.
Who reminds you of Elvira?
He is
Go.
61.
Scott Baio's 54.
Scott Baio was 62.
No, I know my Scott Baio.
You love Chachi.
Expert right here. Yeah, Davey loves Chachi.
Wow.
What?
All right, let me filter through here. Let's go with one flap down, Jeffrey Leonard.
Hackman.
Former Giant.
Oh God.
Dave should get really close.
Yeah,
on
I
this.
should. Hackman is 64.
66.
67.
I got close.
How about former King, Robert Woodard?
Bob.
Bob Woodard.
Bobby Woods. Robert Woodard is 25.
24.
23 today.
Oh, wow.
Time for one more?
Oh, yes.
Former Raider coach, current Saints coach, Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen is 69.
Dennis Allen is...
No, he's not. He's not. He's younger. He's 62.
Dennis Allen's 51.
Dennis Allen's 50 today.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's it?
Yeah,
I'd
super
kick your
young
butt
coach.
today.
By the way, Cassandra Peterson, also known as Elvira, turned 71 just 5 days ago. It was a weekend. Happy birthday to Elvira.
Yeah.
For Jason, for Jay, for Romy, I'm Dave. Jim Rome is next. Love you. Bye now. Well, Nick.
Live and local. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated. especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
What up, world? This is your boy Kevin Hart, a.k.a. the comedic rock star. And guess what? I'm coming to a city near you with my